Back at it again. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Today is the 3rd of October. 3rd of October. We are here this Sunday, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what's happening in Haiti at large. This won't be the Haiti Business News Show, story by story, because we're doing that. We're doing that every day now, thanks to the awesome team led by Stanley, Pierre Etienne, Samzi, and Manushka, our host. And so there's no need to do the detailed Haiti Biz News, but I can tell you we are going to have a show where we just talk, and in fact I got it. Let me see if I can do something about let's see, because technically this isn't the Haiti Biz News show, so we're gonna have to see if I can find my logo. Let's see if this one works. Let's see if that loads up. Let's see, it's loading. We'll see if it loads up. Well, anyways, while that's loading, so this is gonna be just us talking, right? And in particular, as I mentioned last on the advert for this, there we go, SeeJeanty Media. This is more SeeJeanty Media. This isn't HBN. And as I mentioned previously on the advert for this live stream, it's just going to be me talking about certain experiences I'm currently going through hyper distribution together. If you guys watched last stream, you guys know that that's been an active thing that has been keeping me off air and doing a lot of purely SeeJeanty Media stuff. We'll be talking about that, catching up on how things are going and keeping it informative, because at the end of the day, what we're doing here, it needs to be replicated, right? I need a distribution company in every place where there's Haitians, and it doesn't necessarily have to be me doing it, right? And that's the game plan. The game plan, even this with the media that we do here, it's been fantastic to see in the 4 or 5 years that we've been at here doing this. There's been more and more YouTubers, Haitian native YouTubers, who are dropping videos and showing different aspects of Haiti, much akin to your boy here. But and I've been happy. You look at Paris des Haitiens, you look at Découvrir Gandans, when you look at finding about Ace Live and Ace Live coming in and doing a series of episodes. You got Philly Dom doing great things as well. I mean, the list goes on. A lot of YouTubers who are just Marie, living life in Haiti. Got to give her a shout out. A lot of folks who are very active in ensuring that we control our narrative. And I'm not saying I was the first, because there was, of course, the OG. However you may feel about him. I got what's the OG's name? Frère Joel. Who was doing some real interesting stuff for quite some time, right? And you have a couple other folks who were before him, but still, it's great to see an evolution and imitation in what we're doing here at SeeJeanty Media. But in any case, you know how it is. What we have to do first. It's a one-man show on this Sunday show, so I gotta go and flip the intermission video, and just so I can get things set up here in the background. We'll be back in about 3 minutes or so, and we'll just have a conversation. Again, I'm looking forward to this episode and bringing folks live on the stream. I hope you guys, você don't lave figu, because I'm gonna have folks dragged on stage, and we're gonna have a conversation together. So that's it. I'll be right back, guys. All right. Don't change that dial. And boom, we're back streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. What is up, folks? This, of course, is October 3rd here, and we have lots to talk about, lots to chat about. Here, of course, the episode, it's about updating you folks on adventures, the private business escapades, really for you guys to learn, to grow, and do the same thing. But of course, we'll briefly brush up on current events, how things are happening in Haiti, and then of course we'll wrap it up by inviting a few of you folks on stage here on the YouTube. Though on YouTube, those who are watching IG, you're gonna miss out. You're gonna jump on the YouTube or the Facebook so you can participate in that live that's happening. I want to thank to everyone who's spending some time on their Sunday here with us. You know, of course, you can spend anywhere, spending it informing yourself progressively on Haiti. You know, hats off, you guys are the real, true MVPs. I want to hop in the chat real quick, say what's up to a few folks. We got Truly Goddess in the chat room. Bonjour. First time I'm seeing you. Hope to see you again. Bounce Bougie 11. What's up, bro? Happy to have you in the chat. OG of the SeeJeanty community. Oswald BNM. What's up? Claudie Love. Francois. What's up? Johnny Balance. What's up? Rubens. What's up? A lot of new names in the chat. Good to see you out, Victor. Happy to have you back in the chat, man. OG. What's up, bro? Johnny Balance already said, what's up? We got Miss Esther in the house. Bonjour, much prayer for Haiti, of course. We got Oswald BNF. I didn't say what's up already. What's up? Not less Grossman TT is in here. We got beautiful forever wealthy engineer in here as well. Who else we got? We got Haiti Ini Marita. What's up? Happy to have you in the chat. Per always, of course, my Haiti Ini is. You know, I'm gonna spill the beans. Our transcriber, who's doing fantastic transcription for us. Much appreciate your time volunteering on that. James Lubin, what's up? What's up, JRMJ in the house? What's up? Lovely King, Cloud 14. Cloud 14, what's up, Cloud? You guys should follow Cloud 14. He's doing some really cool work, on his channel. I think I mentioned before I started, there's some YouTubers who are doing some really cool stuff out there. Cloud 14 is one of them. Cloud, feel free, drop your IG and YouTube. Love to have some folks follow you and see some of the work you're doing up in, what is that? Saint Nicolas. Am I saying it? My throat said, no, I'm not saying it right. My throat said, no, you said it wrong. So what's up? And of course, a couple folks here in the IG, you know, being a little shy. No one's, but we got Iltco 10K in there. What's up, man? Happy to have you here today. Comme toujours, je toujours fait un petit temps encore là parce qu'il est important pour nous parce que c'est pas un monde qui manque respect pour le langage nous et ça qui connecte tout haïtien et du monde et même c'est pas tout haïtien qui a le même niveau de créole, mais au moins et nous comprenons créole là et nous fait fond créole là. M'ga pile respect pour ça et a fini bon, esprit qu'un jour il y a une autre organisation, l'autre monde qui basé ça va faire là dans anglais parce que la réalité c'est que les bagages on source les bagages côté et qui monde du monde qui a dû faire en perspective de Haïti et dans langage international pour comprendre parce que maintenant nous quitter et on va qui est très important non mais l'autre monde qui ça lié image nous perspective nous quitter non mais l'autre monde et monde CNN monde Vice News nous quitter non mais qui est ça encore qui est mauvais malfacteur et de image nous et comme dit CNN comme dit Fox News déjà yo tout en tout cas yo tout OK qu'on nous quitter yo non mais moun sa yo et bon you know ba qui m'a dû suivre cheval là parfois devant cheval là tout c'est perspective et j'ennuie un petit bail sous 4 mois et comme moto mon 4 là qui me bail moun moment a fini ça qui ça m'écrit sous lui me dit if we know better of Haiti and Haitians we can do better for Haiti and Haitians nous connaît plus que sur nous-mêmes nous qu'a fait plus bon pour nous et après c'est pas celle nous-mêmes qui message ça pour c'est pour tout le monde si nous connaît plus de capacité et qui est nous plus qu'a fait pour Haïti vous comprenez et bon et m'ka dou C'est la raison nous fait dans l'anglais pour pas seulement que les gars, c'est là, c'est bon, il y a base langage, c'est pas créole, même là, il y a une compréhension là-dedans. Et tout, on dit finalement, me fait émission, ça parce que tout canal, tout ça me fait. C'est parce que comment on qui grandit l'autre bord, comme dit l'autre bord, aux États-Unis, bah, j'aime un côté qui baille des informations, des images dans le langage anglais qui permet le langage là, vous comprenez? Et parce que, comme dit, permet le langage là, quand à l'école, non langue, et tout mouvement, non zone, c'est non langue. Et effectivement, c'est le temps vraiment me fait base dans le cœur là, c'est qu'il est, comme là, quand on parle avec parents, et peut-être avec des amis, comme on bêtise, on va me dire avec devant le monde, mais après ça, c'est une deuxième langue. Si c'est dans 6 temps, dans 24 temps, on fait quelques heures de temps là, dans tout le reste, dans l'autre. C'est une deuxième langue, malheureusement. Et madame, ouais, rien sur Haïti, dans le langage primaire. Et sur la raison, fait, comme toujours dit, et quand l'autre côté qu'a fait, en standard, dans un niveau acceptable, je suis bien content de changer le langage anglais et pour faire le créole net. Encore, il y a plus de respect pour le créole là, c'est ça, nous y. Et franchement, je pense que c'est une prime et condition numéro 1 pour Haïti avancer, c'est les toutes leaders, politiciens, présidents, etc. Ils ont abandonné le français, ils ont abandonné même l'anglais. Et toute conversation, tout et décret, toute émission doit être faite non celle langue que tout le monde comprend. Et c'est ça c'est quelque là lié. Et bref, accord, et moi c'est assez sous ça qui est accord cible programme là, c'est pour les mondes internationaux, tout le monde international comprendre qui ça passe en Haïti, pour qu'on ait une perspective tête frette. Et voilà. OK? Est-ce que nous comprendre moi? OK? Merci. All right. So just per usual, I had to give my usual Creole disclaimer. Letting folks know I'm going to have tremendous respect for the Creole language. And of course, I look forward to the day when I can do this show all in Creole. But no one else has stepped up and does shows about Haiti in Creole. There's countless places Haitians can get news what's happening in the country in Creole. I mean, the places are numerous. I just listen. Whoever drops a comment and says, "Why is this guy not doing a Creole?" I need you guys to respond. Hey, where else is anything happening? Information is being shared about Haiti in English. Have them give me one. Have that person give me one, and I'll stop doing this show in English in a heartbeat. For real talk. Give me one, and I'll stop. Right? But until then, this has to be the one. This has to be the one. Yeah, so folks internationally can understand. I mean, listen, when I get on a plane, I'm not seeing a lot of Haitians. I'll be honest. It's a lot of times it's half the airplanes full of Americans. Blue-eyed, blonde-haired Americans coming into our country. And they're not listening to you guys. Do you want to say you guys, you Haitian Creole speakers? They're listening to English-speaking sources on what's happening in the country. And when you have these folks coming in with capital, they're coming in, they're investing. Even if they're doing charity, they're putting money in, building different things, and they're doing it from a perspective of what CNN's telling them, what Vice News is telling them. I can tell you what they're doing isn't going to be effective, isn't going to be particularly useful for Haitians. I can tell you right now. And so that's why this place has to exist. That's why we have to do this in the language international, so folks can do better for our country. And again, I'm looking forward to the day when, again, I can just drop 2-3 hours of Creole and just have you guys endure, accented Asian American trying to keep up. But in any case, that's the usual disclaimer. Just got at the top of the hour. Per usual, though, I just want you guys to know that, listen, again, this is for the folks really manning Creole. I do have a SeeJeanty in Creole channel. A good majority of our programming that we do, we duplicate them and drop them over there in 100% Creole. Literally, I reshoot. While we're out there and reshoot, and we do a version in Creole, right? So just know that that is available, and again, I did it again because of my tremendous respect for the Creole language. You guys should know again that Haiti Biz News, we do have a website, HaitiBizNews.com. Every time we, Monday through Thursday when we drop an episode, we actually do the write up or notes on the particular story over there on Haiti Biz News. I welcome you guys to bookmark that website. And it's a real great way to stay informed, stay knowledgeable about what's happening in Haiti. It's in English again, so folks can keep up. Usually there's 3-4 stories updated throughout the week related to the stories that we report. So again, there's no excuse, no reason for you guys not to be able to stay informed what's happening in the country. And again, as always, we keep it focused on really economic, business, cultural, development, things of that sort. We really keep our hands out the corruptive, nasty part of politics, which really has not benefited us in 200 years. This constant, pulse of politics. You can't do politics in poverty. I can't say that enough. We have to focus on raising the tides for our people before we can generally consider a real political solution, because until we can increase the amount of educated Haitians, the amount of Haitians who are economically solvent, there's always going to be a push downwards for those looking to manipulate a system. And so that's why the focus is there. It's going to remain there as long as I'm part of this media program, I tell you. So do check out Haiti Biz News on that. I do want to give a special shout out to a lot of the folks who donated to and stepped up when I did a live, a story and saying, hey man, we need help. We need help. Our main laptop, our production laptop for Haiti Biz News died, and it's still dead. And we're using a secondary, really crappy laptop. That's one reason why we only did 2 shows last week instead of our 4, because frankly we couldn't. The laptop refused to export the Adobe project. It kept erroring out. We had to restart from 0 a few times. Holy crap. We just had, and again, our main laptop, I put the video out on our story. The laptop just would not want to start, and there's a shock on it. And so I did all call. I said, hey, I need help. We're about to buy a new laptop. It's expensive. It's not part of the budget. And who can step up? And I can tell you, we received somewhere upwards between $300 to $400. Just little donations, $20 here, $50 there. Had one MVP drop $100 our way. But so I want to thank those who donated. That $400 is going to go a long way to getting us back. Listen, we were at a point where I was going to have to sit the whole team down, temporarily without pay, right? For a few weeks while we waited for the laptop to come. But I'm going to tell you though that those funds certainly will go to that collaborative effort in terms of keeping, the team paid and the show going, and also help with slowly starting to repay this laptop back. Because Lord knows we didn't have the funds sitting in an account. We had to go ahead, blow off some dust off a credit card, charge it, and just slowly piecemeal, pay that back over time. So again, those who donated, you guys are real MVP. You guys give me a lot of inspiration, encouragement is the word, in terms of what we're doing here, and just seeing that the community really supports what we're doing, not just by watching, not just by sharing, which is important, but a rare time when I do ask for support, you guys step up, and which is cool, because I know you guys do it when I ask you to step up for other groups and other organizations, but the first time I've ever asked for what we're doing here directly for something very material, you guys stepped up. So hats off, and I appreciate you. And anyone who's watching this and wasn't aware, let me do this. I'll drop the Cash App down there in the channel. Feel free if you guys want to donate to the laptop fund. You're more than welcome. There it is. And if you guys want other alternative ways to provide, feel free. I'll put in an email here that you can reach out to and ask for alternative ways, because we have Zelle, we have we have PayPal as well. I don't want to spam you guys in the chat, but feel free, email that, and I can provide alternative ways to donate. So again, big thanks, big ups to the community, much appreciated. And again, we should be back to our normal schedule next week. I think we figured out that crappy laptop. We really reduced a lot of the effects, a lot of the things we've done, so we can not crap out on us. And I think sometime, not this week, but next week, the good laptop will finally come through, and we'll be able to get back to our guaranteed production schedule with the quality you guys are used to seeing. So just bear with us for about another week as we get through that. So appreciate it. Don't forget, we do have a book out. 101 ways to make money in Haiti, lucrative business ideas, insightful success stories, and interesting business opportunities for visionary entrepreneurs. It's a book that took me a year and a half to make. We interviewed entrepreneurs from all over the country, and they gave insights and different business ideas, different business perspectives. And it's not just business ideas and business perspectives. We give case studies and case examples of folk leaders doing things differently, and the incredible amount of opportunity that exists even in tough times like we are experiencing right now in Haiti. There's incredible opportunity and a lot of different business concepts that can work and are working, right? And so do check out that book. I did drop it, SeeJeanty.com/shop. And all funds are used, of course, to keep the SeeJeanty operation going and growing the team. And again, I really hope you guys who've been really watching and being part of SeeJeanty for a long time, I think you guys really do see that I mean it when I say, what you guys provide goes to expanding what we're doing here. Again, listen, we have a whole news team now. Like, hello, we have a host, we have a lead research journalist, we have a videographer dedicated to doing Haiti biz news, and that's all because of those funds that are being provided, right? So hats off to that and to you guys who are doing that. Of course, a big part of the final piece of the three-legged animal that allows us to do what we do here, of course, is the SeeJeanty WhatsApp group. It's a Patreon of sorts, but much better than Patreon because it's a WhatsApp channel you get access to. I'm in there. A lot of folks who want to reach out to me, chat with me, talk with me. Listen, join the WhatsApp channel. It's a monthly contribution. It provides us with a consistency of revenue, right? But most importantly, you join it. We have about 35 people in there right now, and you're joining other folks who are doing different things. The conversations are happening there. Networking's happening in there. Folks are meeting in real life from the conversations they have in there. Folks are working together, doing business ideas together, and it's really a refreshing aspect of my day to be in there with other real go-getters and real doers and real actioneers. And so feel free. I just dropped the link for the SeeJeanty private WhatsApp group. I'd love to have you. Anyone who's watching who wants to be part of a dedicated community to Haiti's avancement, feel free and join that. And of course, in general, there is we have a private WhatsApp group. A private Facebook group. Well, is it private? Well, we have a Facebook group. I don't think it's public. It's private. It's public. But do join that, and that's a space where ecosystem where folks can share different videos, different news stories. Just because we used to do the show every day, and every day folks would come in and use the comment as the space for that. But I wanted a space where no matter what, you can still have these conversations and continue. And I can tell you one of my favorite things I love to do is popping into that WhatsApp Facebook group and seeing the different things that are being shared in there, and it's very encouraging and it's very energizing as well. So do join that. I dropped that link as well in there, right? So that's the usual top of the hour messaging that I got. I do spend some time letting you guys know and updating you guys. And again, but you guys know you guys are the co-host for this. Please drop a comment. We'll try to read a few of these as I get through the program, and certainly share the stream, share it, like it. I only have 5 likes. I got 60 people on the live right now, but only 5 likes. Only 5 likes. Yeah, let's try to get this to 10. Let's double that like count. I am not moving from this point of the live. Let's get 5 more people who are watching to hit that like button. Give me that. I'm gonna go on intermission. I'm waiting for that 5 to go up to 10. I don't think it's a big ask. It's not a big ask. Give me 10. I see 6 now. One person pressed it. Give me one more. Let me see 7 on there. Come on. Come on, let me see 7. I feel like I'm in that church. You know, you guys. It is Sunday after all. You know, who's gonna come? Who's coming? Who's coming? Is there someone? Anyone who's been in the black church though, you have to have black church experience. Is it you? Is it you? Dude, come on. Is it you? Is it you? Come on down. Come. Is it you? Is it you? Come down. Who's calling you? Who's calling? That's usually my favorite part. You know, and sometimes you have, 4 or 5, half the church comes down. Other times it just gets real awkward. As folks, just refuse not to budge. We see 7. We see 8. Come on, give me 2 more. Get me 2 more. Who's on the YouTube right now is watching? Give me 2 more likes. I am not budging. Thank you, Lawrence. Lawrence said he came just from the IG to give those likes. Give those 2 likes. And by the way, hats off to Lawrence Gonzalez, neighborhood finance guy, doing some really cool things, empowering us, those Haitians living in America right now, doing some really great stuff. I think he's been featured in Forbes magazine. Forbes magazine has featured Lawrence. He's really doing a great job. So do go to his website, bookmark that website, The Neighborhood Finance Guy, all one word. Go check that out. Shouts off to you, Lawrence. Keep pushing. We're at 9 guys. Come on. We got 1. I need 1 more person. 1 more, and then we can move on with this program. Give me 1 more. Hello. We're on 9. Come on. We're at 61 people on the live. Come on. 1 person can press that like button. 1 person can press that love button. Or is that Facebook? Let me see. Let me open up the YouTube link real quick. And maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not seeing the like count appropriately. Let me go to the YouTube channel real quick. Maybe I'm chastising you guys. Maybe we're well past it. Let's take a look. Let's see. Okay, 10. We're at 10 now. But actually, I do see a lot more likes. We're at 48 actually likes. Okay, so I guess you guys are stepping up. Excuse me. I see 43. I saw 10 on my stream here. But anyways, okay. Merci beaucoup for the likes. All right, now we can move on. All right. So what's the point of today's episode? What's the point of today's episode? The point of today's episode is first and foremost, just talking about my experience, because that's one thing I want this to be about now more and more, is me sharing my experiences and how things are happening, going for me from a business perspective. Because now that I got Haiti Biz News set, Monday to Friday, we have that programming that's happening. Now, these lives can be more just about your boy. It's your boy, Chris Jeanty, just shooting the ish with you. First and foremost, if there's any big news stories, big happening in the country, we can certainly talk about it. And I think there are a few news headlines I probably do want to bring out and just have some commentary about. But first, I want to talk about, hyper distribution. And for folks who may not even know, like, what are you talking? What's this hyper distribution talking about? What is that? What I'm gonna do is I'll go ahead and let me share the website with you guys, and then I can go, and as I'm going through the website, we will hit a few points, and then from there I'll talk what I really want to talk about, which is just teaching the export process. I know a lot of people are very interested about the export process in Haiti, so we're going to certainly talk about that. Let me go ahead and share the tab real quick. And this is hyper distribution here. You guys should bookmark this website to hyperdistribution.com, right? And what's so cool about hyper distribution is that as of speaking to you right now, we've raised 6 figures worth of private investment, right? We raised 6 figures of private investment, private equity into this, all Haitian Americans. I'm gonna say that again. This is an Haitian American. Oh, no, I say Haitian American. Excuse me. Haitian diaspora. I can't say Haitian American. You know why? We have Haitian diaspora in Singapore who've provided capital for what we're doing here. We have Haitians in Qatar. That's right. And maybe if I say Dubai, you guys will know where Dubai is, right? So we have Haitians in Qatar, in the Middle East. Yeah, there's Haitians in the Middle East who have provided funding for what we're doing here. We have Haitians in New York who've provided funding in this. We have Haitians in Florida who provided funding for this, of what we're doing here, right? And it was an easy process. I spent, I think, maybe it was last live, breaking down, the process of, getting funding. getting investors, but I can tell you, it gives me so much, for a lot of folks who say, oh, Haitians can't pull together and work together and invest together. Bullshit. I'm calling BS, because we've done it. We're doing it right now. Hats off to those who took that first leap. Because, hey, listen, business is risky. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You can, depending on where you are in your life, it's much better maybe go into real estate. Maybe it's much better to go into stocks, go to Bitcoin, crypto coin, or whatever it's called. But for the folks who really want to impact, focus on job creation and what we're trying to do here, which is bring products out of Haiti, and say, you know what, Chris, let's do it, and because they know that, I will go sleepless nights, whatever we have to do to make sure this thing is a success. Because the thing is, this thing has to be a success because it needs to be imitated. What we're trying to do here, it needs to be replicated, right? I mean, when I write another book, the next book I write is going to be a play-by-play in terms of how someone else can start their own distribution company, right? That's going to be taking products out our country and to wherever they are, right? I want to see a distribution company doing the same thing from Chile, from Brazil, again, from different parts of America, before we get there, assuming we're not there already. Wherever you are, that we're not there yet, go ahead, open up yours. I don't care, because at the end of the day, it's about Haiti winning, right? So looking at the website, right, we have, I should be looking this way. But anyways, my screen is that way. So sorry, I'm looking away from it. What we have going on, we have our products first and foremost. And get a sense of the different products we have available. We have more products than this, but that's just our headline page, right? It should be, talk to my web developer. You should be able to scroll and see more by scrolling. As I'm showing you this website, I'm making little notes for myself for updates for the website. Homepage, product needs to be a scroller. And I thought it used to be a scroller. It must have been changed in one of these updates to be a scroller. Or you just return to be scroller. Be a scroller, because you were scrolling before. So you can get a sense of the products. I'll go to the actual products page and you'll see what we have going on. And then also we have a distribution service aspect to it, right? So the main line of business is that we're bringing these sort of products, coffee, miel, Louis Masque tea. We even have another one that's not on here, which is vanilla essence as well. And we're bringing them out of Haiti, and we're a distributor. So we're selling wholesale. We're selling them to stores. We're in South Florida right now, so our products going to be primarily in South Florida. But listen, we'll ship them out to wherever you are, right? It's not a big deal for us. We have that service, which I'll talk about in a moment, right? And of course, as time goes on, we're going to be doing more. We're looking to do rice. We're looking to do, cassave. We're looking to do what else? We're looking to do. Did I say rice? Shila rice, blee, whatever we can get our hands on. Quite honestly, and get it in large quantities. We're getting it out and getting it to America, right? So that's our primary line of business, right? But then the secondary line is, I like to explain this to say, hey, we also allow our infrastructure to be outsourced. What does that mean? The warehouse we have here, our trucks that we have here out in Haiti, the facility we have out in Haiti, we allow our container space that we're using this shipping. We sell parts of that to folks who needs it. For example, if I go here down to shipping, right? If I go down to shipping, one of the things we're trying to do is if you have product in Haiti, you're trying to get it to America. We have a container coming out every month, right? You contact us, and we'll get you space on our container. But here's the thing. One of the biggest things I hear from everybody who I talk to, right, is that, man, Chris, it's expensive. Like, man, I'm just trying to get a little bit of product here or there, and they're charging me hundreds of dollars, almost $1,000 for just a little bit of product, man. But here's the thing, because our primary business line isn't shipping things out, right? It's actually getting our product out to Americans. Because no matter what, we're going to get our product out. Like these other companies, they only get product out if they have product, received, right? Otherwise they won't do it. Like, since we're doing it every month anyways, we can charge as little as almost as half, sometimes less, for that same product you get it. And we know what the other guys are charging because we reached out to them. We know what they're charging for product, and we will go significantly less than what they're charging because that is not our primary business line, right? We don't, I mean, it's great. It makes some extra cash. It helps subsidize some of the aspects of our operation. Great. But we don't depend on it. What we depend on the products we get out the country and our relationships, our business relationship. I say, the grocery stores, the convenience stores, the restaurants, all those places that are buying our product. That is what we depend on, right? And so, selling the space on extra space on our container, that's just a little bonus, a little positive, And so that's one example. Another example of some of the distributive service we lend out to the business community. It's really lending because at the prices we charge is 3PL, third-party logistics. And so what we do is literally we have space in our warehouse. I'm in our warehouse right now. I'm talking to you in our warehouse here in Pompano Beach. And so we have inventory workers here who basically, so you guys know Amazon. How does Amazon work? Amazon works by, they hold their product for you, right? Or actually, no, the vast majority of Amazon still works in this other way, which is it's people who, when you receive the order for whatever it is, a pillow or juice in their home, they'll put it in an Amazon box and ship it out to you, right? But that's tough because any time of the day, you get so many orders, it is really gruesome for just a person to do. So there's services like this, like ours, 3PL, which is what do? We literally do it for you. Like you get the order, you forward us the email, or you give us, the email gets forwarded to us automatically. Or if you have a software that manages it for you, then we plug into that software. Order comes in, and then right then and there, our warehouse person puts it in the box, prints out a label, sticks it in there, drives down to our local UPS or post office, and we mail it out to your customer. Just like that, right? In other words, we take care of the logistics of doing an e-commerce business, right? And how much do we charge literally per package? Pick and pack is like $2, right? $2. Of course, you got to pay the carrier fee, whatever UPS is charging for the label and the distance, right? The cardboard box, that's a few bucks there, right? And that's it. That's it. And literally you can close your eyes and you can just focus on other aspects of your business. And that's something that a lot of Haitians ask me about. Hey, Chris, this is what I need. If I can get someone, or I can just keep my products in their warehouse and they can mail it out to me, man, it will just freaking accelerate our business, right? And so here it is, right? We have that service offering. Of course, the contact information is available once you get inside the website, and then we can talk to you directly about that and get you set up. And then transportation, like literally, one thing we're trying to do in Haiti is, for example, for those who are trying to get product out of the country, literally, we will take our trucks, and wherever you are in the country in Haiti, we will bring our truck to you, load up your product into our truck, right? We have a big old camion, right? And then bring it to our warehouse in Haiti, and then we ship it out, right? So you don't have to worry about, how do I get it? Do I have to rent a truck? No. We come to you. Right? And also we do other things, as for example, if you have something in Port-au-Prince, you want to deliver it in Jacmel, for example, we will do that. We got trucks. Why not? We have trucks just sitting around. We'll actually deliver things in Haiti in particular, right? And so those are all the different things we're doing. And I saw someone say, hey, drop shipping. Oh no, drop shipping. That's one of the customers when it comes to 3PL. That's one of the, that's a big term that folks are using, a big line of business folks are doing. And yeah, if you're a drop shipper, contact me, right? Especially if you hold inventory. A lot of drop shippers don't, but those who do drop shipping, they understand eventually you want to hold inventory. Eventually, there are aspects, if you're looking to be in drop shipping long term, you're gonna hold on to inventory. Trust me on this. I have close associates who do drop shipping, and at some point you do hold inventory, and we're here to help with that, right? So that's the different elements that we're doing in the company. And let me go to the products real quick, just so you guys see all the products that we have available Man, where is my Louis Masketti? No, the Louis is right there. My vanilla essence isn't on here. Shame on my web developer. Oh, that's right. That's right. We bought the vanilla essence last minute. We bought it last minute, right before our shipment went out, and so that's why it's not on here. But we'll get that fixed real quick. First thing Monday, it will be on this website because you do have Louis Masketti as well as a product we're selling, right? So that will be on there. So that's our products currently, right? And so, and by the way, we are hiring. Hello, we are hiring. If you're in the Pompano, South Florida, Broward area, our warehouse position is filled. Actually, I got to take that off, but we're still looking for area products representative. I do have some interviews lined up for tomorrow, but no one's officially hired just yet. So if you're watching this and you're in the Broward area, you're looking to be part of a game-changing organization that's going to be, listen, we're looking to be on the NASDAQ. All right, NASDAQ, stock market. We're incorporated. We have our legal ducks in a row, right? We can stay compliant with SEC. Listen, man, listen. I'm not here. This isn't a charity. We're here to be game changing in how we're doing this business. So, and our early guys who are going to be part of this company, listen, they're going to get stock options, right? And they're going to get a nice payday, for joining. So listen, join us. If you're watching this, you're unemployed or you're working retail, not enjoying what you're doing, you're in the Broward area, listen, join us, man. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's change the game for ourselves and for Haiti. Come on. What's going on? What you guys doing? So anyways, that's the website. Just want to give a quick rundown of what the business is, just in case folks did not know what hyper distributions is. Again, we're not, listen, listen, I told folks who DM me, Chris, man, could you show me around Haiti? Like, listen, I have a lot of respect for tour guides. They're doing God's work by, making sure folks can come in the country and keep them safe. But listen, I want to do more and more. I want to be part of that economic solution on a grand scale, right? And besides, I did do book in Haiti for some time. That's a whole story for a whole different day. But in any case, so that's what we have going on from that perspective, right? So how's been the experience been thus far, right? How has the experience been thus far doing this sort of business? And I can tell you, it's challenging, right? And probably the first challenging aspect of doing a business like this is something called phytosanitaire. And what the phytosanitaire is, it's run under the Minister of Agriculture. It's a laboratory, only one laboratory in the whole country. That's a problem. Luckily, we're in Port-au-Prince. It's not even in Port-au-Prince. It's like it's outside near Port Lafito. Like it's way out there, like near zone sa wele mama et zone sa wele Port Lafito c'est non ou cabaret oui mama Titanien, voila, Titanien, right? So it's very close to Titanien out there. Folks who may not know, again, it's if you ever guys have been driving towards the Cameroon, some point you pass the Olympic Center, the Olympic place they built for to train Olympic people, even though I don't know how many folks actually have access or use it. And it's far, man. It is far, it's not conveniently placed at all, right? You have to drive out there to get your product tested. And the testing is, tell me why it takes officially, it takes 15 or 22 days to get your product tested. Like what? And that is $150 to get your product tested. It takes damn near a month. It takes a month. Let's be quite honest. It takes a month because it's Haiti. It takes a month, right? Officially 15, 20. It takes a month, okay? Because when you show up on the 22nd day, give us another day. Give us another day, and it becomes a month, right? For $154 per product. I have several different products, so you guys do the math, right? And then if you want to make it go quicker, if you want to make it go faster, right? You're then paying another $70, right, to make it go faster. So in total, you're paying $220 to get your product tested. What is your product? What does that mean? You get one product and then they tested. They tested for like salmonella and coliform and a bunch of different bacteria, a bunch of different things that, you know, and you have these real small parts, by the way, you know, it has to be less than 10 parts, 10 to the 6th power parts of that, you know, it basically can't be detectable, right? That's what that's like 6 to 7 different things, different elements, you know. In fact, here's what I'll do. Let me pull up. I can even tell you guys. I'll give you one example of something that was tested, and I'll try to hide the product. I don't want to, you know, harm their business. Okay. You know, so I'll give you an example. Actually, let me give you something that passed. Actually, let me give you something that passed. I won't give you something that didn't pass. Give me 1 second here, guys. Let me try to find it here. Okay, many. Okay, I'm gonna download it, and I'm going to. Again, it's about information. I want you guys to know, because honestly, you know, it's very hard to find this information, man. This information just isn't anywhere. You know, if any place, it should be in the Minister of Agriculture, right? It should be, you know, CFI should have this in a section. Say, hey, here are all the steps to export, step by step, clear. There should be a guy talking to you in video saying, hey, you know, not only here are the steps, but hey, we're going to walk you through. We're going to talk about it. This is a 1-hour webinar that's going to go through every single thing you should do to be able to export. Because that's one thing that blows my mind, guys. I'm getting a little, you know, as I look for this here, I'm getting on my pedestal, my stump, you know, and talk to you guys. Why, as a president, must you decide to go to war with the powers that be? When, I'm not saying you don't go to war, but first take care of the low-hanging fruit, right? Especially if you said you were a businessman and you were exporting bananas. I would think you would have an understanding of the pain points that affect that line of business in this country, right? So you say. And a big pain point is what I just mentioned, right? A big pain point. I'm seeing people say no sound. You guys let me know if you guys hear me or not. Maybe because I'm going through this other thing on my computer here. The sound may have pity puttered there. Because it's downloading a whole bunch of messages and stuff right now. And here we go. Last time, Michael, man, what is this? You know, they asked me $1,000 per product. You know, make sure you stick around, Michael. When I open it up for live, I like to try to stick around. I want to hear this story directly from you. That's an interesting story, my friend. I want to hear about that, right? So stick around a few minutes longer, and we'll get you on the live stream. Okay. Man, how come I can't find this now? Okay, I'm getting close. I think I'm getting close. And this live, and this is acting up on IG. IG's acting up here. Hope it gets back online here. Actually, let me do something. The phone's not connected. I was really close to finding it, but the phone is not connected. I was going through my phones thing. But in any case, whenever I get the phone back and the phone's back working, let me stop sharing that. Okay. So when the phone's back and wants to work again, I'll try to pull it up. But I was going to show you a phytosanitary test. I will try to pull it up later, right? And it's different points, you know, different things are being tested on that phytosanitary, right? And so, but what I was trying to say was that, you know, a very low-hanging fruit to fix our system in Haiti is literally that, you know, the phytosanitary test. If the point is to try to export and improve our GDP and improve our capacity to create jobs and produce more products in our country, right? Then figure out a way to subsidize that. Because when I talked to them, I said, why is it so expensive, man? It's crazy. $150, $220 per product. That's nuts. And by the way, every 3 months you have to retest, right? So that once something passed and you get a certificate, it's only good for 3 months. And so you have to retest every 3 months. And so when I talk with them, I say, well, we're having to buy all the testing material from America, and it's expensive, right? Where is the government to say, you know what? No, this is a national priority. We're gonna basically subsidize this to zero or near zero, right? It should cost $10 to get this thing at most per product done. It should be $10 at most, right? That's low hanging fruit. That's low. Who are you gonna piss off by doing that? Tell me, who are you pissing off? Nobody, because all the big guys are gonna, they're importing products anyways. All the gun niggas are importing products, so they ain't gonna care. Like, yeah, whatever. But yet you're doing real impact because now the small, medium, even large producers are not, being feed to death with the phytosanitaire, right? How low hanging fruit? Another low hanging fruit. I'm on 10 months. My SA isn't out. IPRO SI is not out. I'm on 10 months. Right? 10. Starting in January, we're in October now. Still don't have my SI. Is it correct that a corporation should take 10 months? By the way, I got incorporated in America in 2 weeks. And even then, it took 2 weeks only because I went the route of attorneys and stuff like that, because I didn't know I was going to get private investment, and so I wanted to really be extremely legally compliant with everything we need to do and have to do, right? And so we went over and above to ensure that we're good from that perspective. So it took 2 weeks. I could have done a few days, right? Who are you going to piss off by saying, you know what, that's unacceptable? It shouldn't take 10 months plus to get an incorporation, to register your business, a business which is going to be the vehicle and engine of any economic growth. It should not take. Listen, Dominican Republic, you can get incorporated in literally a day. My Dominican friends correct me. I believe a day and about $15. That's it. I'm at $3,000 plus on 10 months. As a president, would it not be my first priority? Would it not be my first priority to, man, what is going on with my IG? Goodness gracious. My phone is not, I'm going to try to switch over to -5. Okay, boom, we're back. It's alive. Okay, we're back on the phone. Let me get this back. Let me get the IG back up. Let's see if it get back up, man. Let me close this up. Try to get back online here. Okay, we're back. Let me fire up the live stream again. Not sure why it bugged out there. HPN live show. HPN live show. Boom. All right, we're back. We're back on IG. And maybe I should be able to find the phytosanitaire now. And here's some of these that passed. Let's see here. These are the ones that didn't pass. Let me see if this passed. Okay, yeah, this passed right here. All right, so let's see if I can save this bad boy. Where's the save button? Give me y'all bear with me. I want to show you this, guys. This is really important. I know a lot of you guys were asking about what is being tested, right? I want to get this. I want to show you guys what it is real quick. Come on now, come on. All right, finally. Okay. Okay. All right, let me share my screen here, guys. I don't see nothing too confidential here that I can't share with you guys. All right. Share my screen. All right. And boom, just like that. Let me try to zoom in a little bit for you guys. All right. Maybe that. There we go. Right. And you can see, hopefully you can see some of the things that are being tested here, right? And of course, this past, it's, you can see mesophilie. This is in French, by the way. So let me switch it up for you guys who may be watching on the live right now. Switch it up on IG, and you can see caliform liver, Monsieur, salmonella, E. coli. But so these elements, and depending on what it is, there's added stuff that are tested and other things that are not, right? Depending on what the product is. Certain products are tested for different things, right? And so this takes apparently a month to test, right? This apparently takes a month to test. Or you can pay another $70 and they'll test it in 8 days. Like, that should be the standard. The standard should be 8 days, and you should be able to pay and make it 3 days or 24 hours. You see what I'm saying? Like that, that should be the standard, right? Speed, right? Not, I mean, it caused me to delay my shipment out, right? I had to push back my shipment out by a week just because I knew I wouldn't have gotten the results back in time to do what I needed to do, right? So yeah, so that's real quick. I just want to show you guys what that is real quick. That is the phytosanitaire. Okay, so you guys have a sense of how that looks like when it's passed. You know what I'm saying? And so you guys can know that, hey, the vanilla essence you're buying from us is phytosanitaire tested and passed. There's none of that you're gonna have, right? So I mean, I understand the need for this test. I mean, come on, if something got out of Haiti, if enough stuff got out of Haiti and got people sick, it would hurt our reputation, our product reputation, and people be like, oh, made in Haiti. Oh, I don't want to test that. That could kill you. So I get the importance, the responsibility the Haitian government has to ensure products that are going to other countries are generally safe. I get it. My point is the speed. It should not take a month. It should not take 8 days. It's madness, right? And not less for Grossman. It says incubation day for E. coli is 10 days. Correct. By the time the product gets to them, right? It typically is more than enough time, I think, if E. coli was present to be found. But again, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a chemist. I couldn't tell you X, Y. I just know that for a fact, if I were to go to a private lab in America, right, and all these points were tested, it takes days. It takes days, 3 days to get these same parameters tested, right? But in Haiti, it's taking a month. In Haiti, it's taking 8 days. Come on, man. You say, come on, man. I mean, we live in a day where we produced a COVID vaccine that usually takes a decade. We did it. We condensed it down to a couple months, even though folks are still a little weary about putting that into their arms. Which listen, I'm tested. I'm waiting for my booster. I'm trying to live, right? It can't take 30 days to test things that have been testing for decades now. The processes are clean cut, right? So that's a massive pain point. And again, the big thing for me is, how can you be a president? How can you be a prime minister? How can you be the minister of commerce, of industry? How can you be the minister of agriculture? All elements who talk and expound of the need to export product, of the need to bring our products out to the world. And you don't know this is a pain point for us, right? You don't know this is a pain point for us. It's a massive pain point. It needs to be cheaper. It needs to be quicker. It needs to be cheaper. It needs to be quicker, right? And that doesn't piss anyone off. No one's going to assassinate you for making our products easier to go out to the world. Hello. Right? Okay. So that's number one, the first bit of pain points. Next has to do with, of course, the ill transparency of the shippers, right? There's the ill transparency of the shippers, right? And by the way, not less Grossman, great question. Is there a way to set up a private lab? Not that I'm aware of. This is a state lab. The state requires to get the results from that lab and only that lab. Because I had a test that was done from a private lab for one of our products, even though I didn't commission that test, but it was recent. It was like a week old. And I had one of our vendors did provide that test from an American lab in Pennsylvania with all the points that I just showed you and more, showing that it was a safe product. The same batch that I had given them, the same batch I got tested, and showing that it was fine, but they refused to accept it. Right. So for what it's worth, great question. So no, not officially. So again, that's another thing. Who are you going to piss off by decreeing, you know what? We decree private labs, and just that the minister has to audit them, right? Has to audit, make sure they hit all the specific level of insurance and detail that the public lab does. Who do you piss off? Tell me, who do you piss off? You know, that's okay. I don't know. I already talked about this. Let me move on. Let me move on. Okay. Where was I? Okay, the shippers, the ill transparency of the shippers. I mean, fortunately, I'm working with, I don't want to use names, but I'm working with one of the larger shippers in the country, and they're pretty convenient. I must tell you, the fact that they will bring their container to your facility, they will get it out, and actually they'll do it to your door, meaning it's not you coming to the port to pick it up. They'll actually will drop it off at your facility in America, which is really cool, right? And they actually, they have a lot of different ports. My products come out of Port Everglades. That's the only I did a lot of research looking for exporting shippers, and they're the only one I found that actually brings it out to Port Everglades, which is fantastic. So again, I'm not here to badmouth them in any way, but I'm just saying, like, for when you're doing this for the first time, and literally a day before your product goes out and it's supposed to go on a ship, they go, yeah, by the way, here's the ISF. Sorry, we haven't got the ISF yet. What's going on? And I go, what? I did my research, by the way. You won't start a business without doing your research. And what I found was the ISF was something I could have taken care of, right, initially. But then when they say, hey, by the way, it's a week out, you got to get the ISF. And I go, what? Wait a minute. That's something I can take care of a little later. And he goes, no. In fact, you gotta go through a broker for this. I'm like, what? No, I'm my own broker. I have my own facilities, capacity, connect with networks. I don't want a broker. Broker is just a fancy word to say expensive middleman, right? But the reality is you're not allowed to direct dealing with the CBP, the Customs Border Patrol, as it relates to products without having something called a surety bond. A surety bond is effectively a bond on fees, right? It's if you are found at fault for anything, and the Customs Border Patrol needs to fine you, you pay insurance to ensure that the government gets their money, because the government is not in the business of chasing people down. Credit agencies, the government doesn't have time for that, right? And it's a pretty brilliant system. The government says, hey, listen, if you want to interact with us, you have to be insured. And so if we have to fine you and you start giving us BS, you can't pay us, we're going to go to the insurance company and they pay us our fees. And that's basically what a surety bond is. It's basically an insurance that you can pay your fees, right? And it's not a cheap thing. By the way, it's $5,000 minimum, right, to get a surety bond, right? But what's nice is you can go under someone else's surety bond, right? If someone has a surety bond, then they can offer it to you. They can say, yeah, he's with me, right? He's with me. He uses my surety bond, and you just pay them some money. You pay like a few hundred dollars, depending on what you're bringing in, right? You pay them some money, and you're under the surety bond, right? And that's really the only need of a U.S. custom broker, right? A U.S. custom broker is just really they help you with some processes and stuff. And I have a great one that's really been helpful in facilitating a lot of the things we're doing as we've been doing this really for the first time. But once you understand the process and you can cough up the $5,000 to get your own surety bond, you don't need a broker, right? But yet, that's what I'm saying, like opacity of it. Literally just a day before, like, we're in for ISF so we can get this out. And you go, what? How come you guys didn't inform me of this so I could have gotten this taken care of? Why is it? Where's your guide? Where's your playbook? When it comes to being I'm thinking customer service, much like I'm sitting here spending time with you guys, breaking it down with you guys, right? Where is your cheat sheet that breaks down? For example, when you get someone reaches out to me for my 3PL service, I went out, got a graphic designer. I said, here's my fee structure. It's pretty complicated. I want it real simple for someone to understand. If someone, doesn't matter what your education level is, you can at a glance within a minute look at this thing and okay, this, okay, all right. It's graphical, it has pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real. It's like a for dummies guide to the 3PL service that we offer, right? Customs, US, not US, Haiti customs, there's none of that. It's just a very opaque system, very condensed, hard to see system, right? Which almost is designed to trip you up, almost designed to be dependent upon them, right? And that's where ultimately we're working very hard to, not have any middlemen and put those cost savings back to you guys, back to the folks who are buying our products and using our services, right? So we're working very hard and aggressively to get to that point, 100% on both sides. Though we're already that way on the Haiti side of things. It's going to take a little bit to get that on U.S. side, but that is what I'm trying to get across to you, is that, going into this and expecting that any party, any particular touch point as you go through this is going to explain this to you. Good luck, right? Don't get me wrong. The company I've been using, they're friendly, but too often, you're finding things out on the 24th hour, and that is just insane. You know what I'm saying? That's just insane, right? So that's number two. Of course, right? And really, those really have been the two big pain points. Of course, fortunately, interacting with the MCE, interacting with Haitian customs has been surprisingly painless, right? Though, to be fair, I hired someone who's been working for me for a long time, who's a specialist in navigating the labyrinth that is Haitian government, Haitian bureaucracy, as it relates to doing anything you have to do, getting registered, interacting, trying to get permits, I have someone I've been using for a long time, a lot of trust, and I was able to hire him directly for hyper distribution, and thus, that's probably a reason why I can say with a straight face I haven't had a lot of pain points when dealing with the Haitian government. But to be fair, MC has a very good reputation in being efficient, quick, non-corruptive, right? The minister, I would say MC, the Minister of Commerce and Industry, God bless them. Somehow they've avoided the minutia of corruption. Somehow that happens in Haitian bureaucracy. They're easily the easiest to work with. Now the DG, that's a whole different monster, right? The DG is a whole different monster, right? But in any case, even customs, which is known to be even worse than the DG. In fact, customs is known to be the worst institution in the country when it comes to corruption and efficiencies and process. When it comes to exporting, surprisingly, they're not so bad, right? Maybe because so little exporting happens. In the process of exporting, it's not as easy to get material money out versus when you're importing products in, and so much is taxed in that particular container coming into your country. But exporting, it's surprisingly, it's hard to say. My mouth isn't used to giving the Haitian government props, but as it relates to the actual process, it's not that bad, right? But it's the pre-process before you get there. As I mentioned, I'm on 10 months now, still got my SA. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? SAs that I'm still not incorporated. I'm just having to do this under other business entity that's not incorporated in Haiti, right? And that's maddening, truly, right? And so thus far, that has been the pain points. I just wanted to break that down to you guys. I'll probably be back in 2 weeks, and I'll give you guys another update how things are going, and whatever future pain points I have up to that point, I'll let you guys know and share those experiences, because it's about sharing what's happening, what we're doing, right? Because again, I want folks to know that, number one, whatever pain points are, we're going to persevere through it, because we have to be successful in what we're doing here, right? But secondly, I really do want to inspire someone else wherever you're watching this, that here's the type of businesses you need to open, right? Listen, guys, stop doing charity. Stop it. Stop it. Like, I know every time a crisis happens, you're caring, your heart hurts. You want to say, I want to do something. I can't just not do anything. And do it. Okay, whatever, do it. But understand the other 364 days of the year, you need to be, again, business isn't for everybody. I always say this. It's like words isn't for everyone. Don't necessarily go to do business, but at least anybody can do this. Go out your way, inconvenience yourself, okay, to buy made in Haiti products. If you're in Haiti, look, when I'm in stores, I grab the label, I look in the back, and if it doesn't say made in Haiti, I don't buy it. Obviously, there's some products that in a whole row of products, there isn't a single made in Haiti option. Okay. All right. You're fine. You got to pass. But of the vast majority of products in Haiti, you turn that label around. Oh, look at that. Made in Haiti. I'm buying it. Right. And a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, they're cheaper than the exported and the imported products anyways. Right. The only thing that's maddeningly cheaper is rice. Imported rice is like 50% cheaper than local rice, which is insane. But beyond that, everything else you can find made in Haiti is cheaper because there's not import tax and right? That's in Haiti. Out of Haiti, you inconvenience yourself by looking for in Haiti products. Don't go to Walmart and buy what is that? God, what's that coffee that everyone buys? The super convenient one that's everywhere. God, what's that coffee? But anyways, whatever, that coffee. That coffee. Spring Hills or something Hills, something. If you see a lot of Colombian coffee, but you don't see any Haitian coffee, fine. Don't buy your coffee there. Go to Amazon, do a search for Haitian coffee, and buy Haitian coffee, right? And I'm not saying, there's some Haitian brands that say they're Haitian coffee, but they're not. They're just importing coffee and then processing it and then re-exporting it out. You know who you are. I'm not gonna throw any shade out. You guys should know who they are. Maybe you guys do. I don't know. DM me, send me an email. I'll let you know. I'll let you know who they are. Right. I don't want to be infringed on, piss anyone off necessarily, because those guys got some big money behind them. Okay. But I can tell you who's not doing it. I can tell you who's 100% buying their coffee from Tjort, 100% buying their coffee from Kenskoff, Coffee Lux, Copo Coffee, right? Who else? There's another one, Singing Rooster, 100% Haitian coffee. And what's really cool with Singing Rooster too, by the way, is they actually allow other I see some folks dropping some names. I cannot confirm or deny Joseph Henrius in my YouTube chat. I cannot confirm or deny. Okay, I cannot confirm or deny. Singing Rooster is great. And let's see who else does a really good job. There's at least one or two more for sure that does a really good job of using 100% Haitian coffee, right? It's not coming to mind right now, right away. But Oswald, I cannot confirm or deny. I cannot confirm or deny. I plead the fifth. Right. So again, coffee's made in Haiti. Look for, inconvenience yourself. Go to Amazon, buy made in Haiti, right? And whatever Joan recently started being offered consistently in Haiti because Joan was a very difficult product, past phytosanitaire. There's still a few spots that sells Sheila rice that's able to get it out, right? But seriously, guys, vanilla essence, which you're going to be offering now, Haitian honey, you should be able to buy now, right? But generally, inconvenience yourself to buy Haitian products, because that you can close your eyes and you can know you're doing impactful multi-generational work. Because when that producer in Haiti can sell their product consistently in large numbers, growing their operations, they're buying from farmers, they're doing it's a genuine, running a trickle down economics. That is trickle down as it gets when you're spending your dollars on made in Haiti products, right? Hello, it's not charity, guys. Charity makes you feel good. That's selfish, right? You want to be able to do things to without even thinking about. You're knowing you're expanding Haiti and Haiti's capacity, right? And when every other community on the planet sticks to their own and allows their dollars to circulate in their communities, and we don't do that, it's fatiguing. It's fatiguing that you have Claude Anderson, you have all these Black economists, Black financial educationalists hammering home the importance of supporting your economic system, but we don't have folks really living. You have to live. It's a way of life, guys. Charity isn't going to do it. It isn't going to do it. For every dollar you spend in charity, you should spend $10 actually on the Haitian economy, right? I'm not even saying visit. Folks like, oh, Haiti's dangerous, da-da-da. Cool. I'm not telling you to visit, right? You should visit, but I'm not telling you to visit. I'm telling you from the comfort of your own home, sitting on your couch, go to Amazon and buy all your Haitian products that you need. That's what I'm telling you to do. Escania chocolates. Go buy Escania chocolates. Go to Taste of Haiti box. Don't know what you should buy? Go do a monthly subscription of the Taste of Haiti box. And every single month, you'll get different products that come to your doorstep that you may not even know comes from Haiti, because the Taste of Haiti box guarantees their products are made in Haiti, and you'll know what you can get. I did an episode, Taste of Haiti box. I did an episode, opened it live. I did an episode on SeeJeanty, right? So there's no excuse. There's no excuse, right? The era of not supporting and leaving charity behind and supporting the economics of Haiti, the time is today. There's no improvement in Haiti's condition without it. There isn't, right? So that's kind of where I want to talk about. I want to hit those big gaps, those big points, right? That's where we're gonna stay as it relates to that. Again, I look forward to growing that line of business and really growing that. And of course, if you're looking to purchase a few things, you guys got the website now. Contact us. We're always looking for particularly, again, we're a distributor, so we're not looking to sell one unit of things. We're looking to sell 6 to 12 units at a time, right? So again, if you're particularly a wholesaler or et cetera, do reach out to us. We will sell it to you, and let's make it happen. Let's make it do what it do when it comes to expanding the Haitian economy, Haitian pie, right? So let's talk about current events real quick, right? Because I know a lot of you guys, again, I'm not here doing the news. Again, we have a great team: Haiti Biz News, Manushka, Stanley, Pierre Etienne, Samzi, Jean-Claude Saint-Samzi, right? Who are the team that's doing the daily show. But I know a lot of you guys, Chris, I'd love to hear your perspective, man. I'm used to hearing the perspective from you, man. Love to hear what you got, what you have to say about it. And and so listen, the first thing let's talk about is the situation in Del Rio, Texas, right? It's heartbreaking. It's saddening. It's infuriating that our people are being humiliated, embarrassed, embarrassed, right? Internationally, consistently, all the time. It's insane. And it's not just Del Rio, Texas. Just yesterday or the day before, our article came out with what's happening in Bahamas, and a bunch of Asians being rounded up there and about to be shipped out. Right? No matter where we are, despite the fact that when we get to their, whatever person's country, we outwork the heck out of most of these guys. We outwork them, out earn them, I'll hustle them, right? We integrate relatively well, right? Our second generation, third generations are doctors, lawyers, a lot of regards, do great work, great stuff. But they don't want us in their country. That's fine. But I wish Haiti was in a situation that folks didn't have to leave, right? I say this all the time. Honestly, quite frankly, the best thing, and I hate to say this like this, but there's no other way around it. Like, my parents could have done nothing else for me, right? They could have not fed me, not clothed me, not bathed me, right? From the moment I got into this country until I got older. Thankfully, they did all that. But the fact that they got me here, and I took advantage of it too. A lot of folks, too many folks don't take advantage of it. Too many folks, again, they watch the rap and they want to be rappers and don't really take advantage of this, right? Right. But I took advantage of the opportunity I had in America. Got my bachelor's quick in a year and a half. I got my bachelor's. Another year, I got my master's, both in economics. So in 2.5 years, 3.5 years. Sorry, 3.5 years. So it took 2.5, then another year, right? So in the time it takes most people to do their bachelor's and kind of be halfway about to change degrees because they realize, they don't want to be psychologists anymore. They want to be social or something, right? I was able to get my master's. And then from there, I worked in banking, I worked in analytics, moved around until I finally decided, I want to come back and impact and be part of the change of my country. I took advantage of it. But to be in a position to take advantage, I had to be put in that situation. And the fact that my parents did sacrifice and did find ways to America for us, right? I love them for that. It's something I didn't appreciate until I got much older, right? That I was able in a position to receive what I received, but most importantly, bringing it back to my people in Haiti. But I received what I received. I love my parents for it, right? And neither do I ever sit and tell a Haitian who doesn't come from the same economic situation that I do, not to leave. I'm in the country, right? I've been in the country for 5+ years. Even though I'm here now launching hyper distribution, so I have to be here out the country, in America for now. My primary residence is still in Port-au-Prince, still in Petronville. Okay. My cars, my home, my furniture, my clothes, everything's still in Port-au-Prince. And I'm flying back, in a week or two soon. Okay. I see with my own eyes the difficulty of Haitians in the country day to day. Those who doesn't have a passport, those who, haven't, because there's no support. There's no government support, and Haitian government doesn't support you in a way. You have to hustle, right? And if you don't come from a family of hustlers, or if just bad luck happens to you, someone in your family got sick, you had to now become the primary caregiver. You couldn't go to school. You have to be working the corner, as Madame Sega, selling food. I want to say working the corner. People get a different thing in their minds. Working the corner in Haiti means, selling fruit, as a Madame Sega, for example. Okay, get that out your mind. I get it. Right? I get it. It's difficult. It's tough, right? And I would never fault a Haitian who has kids, who wants a better line of opportunities for them, because the opportunities in Haiti are just not many. Why? Because we are not investing in Haiti. We are not buying Haiti products. So we don't have a ecosystem of economics that's functioning appropriately, right? And it starts with us. I already talked about that. Let's move on. But for any case, there's no line of opportunity of growth for them, and thus they have to leave, right? I get it, right? I would never sit here, right, and say, don't leave. You have a response. Don't, yeah, ou ba gen choix? Ou ba gen choix? For aller, right? But again, the goal is, how do we make Haiti livable for all Haitians? All Haitians. So these stories of our Haitians being humiliated in Del Rio, Texas, right? Humiliated in Bahamas, humiliated in Dominican Republic. How do we get it to stop? I just can't imagine a world where I'm sitting as the president of Haiti, and I'm okay with that. Like, I can't imagine I'm a president of a country I'm a senator of a country. I'm a prime minister of a country, right? Right. And think about it. And then you go into the international community saying, I'm the president of such and such. I'm the prime minister of such and such. I'm the senator of such and such. And yet you have people leaving this country in mass in that way, right? You don't feel a sense of shame. That's the word. Are you shameless? Jeanty na Haiti, ou sans honte, ou pas sans honte. Someone say sans, you got to get that sans. Sans, that French, without. Sans, S-A-N-S. Sans. Want is shame. Shame. Are you sans want? Are you without shame as a political leader when this is happening? I would quit. I would quit if I was a political leader and this was happening. Like, I can't look myself in the mirror, man. I mean, Daniel Foote, right? God bless the guy, right? Saw how America was treating Haitians and said, I quit. This is despicable. I quit. I can't be part of this. God bless Daniel Foote. God bless him. I can't be part of this. I quit. I can't look myself in the mirror. I can't look at my kids. I can't look at my friends and say, I'm in this position while this is happening. I quit. No, I don't want nothing to do with this. But yet you have leaders in Haiti. This is happening. And they'll still come on TV. They'll come on, they'll go to the United Nations, sit in the UN box, real cool and talk. What are you talking about? Why aren't you in Del Rio, Texas, trying to help these Haitians come back and reintegrate? And most importantly, have Haiti be in a situation where everyone can be in a place in the first place and not have to leave. Are you without shame? Are you not savant? I never realized how powerful of a word savant is until I got older. Because Haitian parents throw it out all the time. I see IU Edo says, let's stop the pasta. Listen. I know where IE Edo is going with this, right? Well, maybe. Oh, wait. Let's see something. So no, Edo, excuse me, he's responding to WZ 4000. The politicians are being cornered by corrupt merchant class. I think it's how to manage the pressure they must. No. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. When are we going to say, hey, man, listen, it's us versus them? Like from day one, from 1804, they don't want us. They don't like us. Biden said Haiti could fall in the middle of the ocean. It would have made a damn to us. That's what Biden said. He said it. And that's the nicest thing that anybody has ever said to us, right? You saw what Trump said. Trump said we're a shithole. Right? And then other people in the past have said a lot worse. I double dare you to go to Thomas Jefferson and type in Thomas Jefferson, Haiti. Good luck. Try not to throw out your lunch to read what Thomas Jefferson said about this island of N-words and how these N-words cannot be allowed to be successful or exist. Thomas Jefferson said this, right? At some point, we have to realize it's us versus them, and we have to work together. I mean, the best example is Cuba. Cuba is in a very clear us versus them situation. And yet Cuba has not collapsed. Cuba is still functioning, have a government, has a, it's not easy. Obviously, it's not easy when you're being embargoed for years, right? But they're still night and day when you compare Cuba and Haiti. In a very similar us versus them. They don't like them because they're communists. They don't like us because we're black. It's just that simple. But yet Cuba has thrived because they understand, at least the echelon of government, understand it's us versus them. It's not one person who can do it, by the way. It needs to be culturally, we have to understand that, right? In any case, it's not a black and white situation, right? It boils down to we have to work together. That's just that simple. We have to work together. We have to inconvenience ourselves for the other person, the other Haitian. That's what I mean. And it starts with economics. It starts with what I just mentioned. Inconvenience yourself to buy Haitian products. It's just that simple. You don't need a big pat in the back. You don't need a big Instagram post about it. Look, here's all the things I'm doing. I'm flying to Haiti now, guys. Look at all these Haitian poor. I'm doing backpack drive, guys. Guys, I'm trying to get goods to put in and send it. Stop it. We see through you, man. We see through you. You're just trying to sell yourself. You're trying to sell how good of a guy you are, how good of a woman you. Stop it. It's been 30 years. What's charity done for us? Nothing. Stop it. Stop it. Go to Amazon, buy Haitian products. When you're in the store, look for Haiti products, buy it. That's what changes this country. Well, that was just me giving my 2 cents about Del Rio, Texas. And it's real unfortunate, right? Just going through the Haiti Biz News, by the way, HaitiBizNews.com. Haiti Biz News. Let me share. Let me share. Is that going to show on the stream? Oh no, let me share it a different way. Let me share it a different way. There we go. Haiti Biz News. HaitiBizNews.com. Another in-house website of ours. It's doing great things. As I mentioned, every news story we talk about is on HaitiBizNews.com. Do check it out. Some of the stories we've talked about today. I want to have folks to give our perspectives, right? Towards a new record of money transfers in Haiti, right? That's been incredibly increasing in the country, right? So do check out that story. The African swine plague that's been really ravaging Dominican Republic. First cases has come into Haiti. We talked about that Haiti Biz News, right? Certainly we don't want it to spread. It was on the border town in Haiti, right? So hopefully that doesn't spread, right? So I think that was the big thing I want to talk about really is Del Rio, Texas, and just from that perspective, right? By the way, for those who are watching, watching on Instagram right now, take a look. Haiti Biz News, HaitiBizNews.com. Make sure to go check out that. Bookmark that website. We keep it up to date. Every time we do a Haiti Biz News show, it's updated. FYI. Okay. So yeah, that's as much as in terms of personal perspective. And if you guys want more personal perspectives, here's what we're going to do next. Right, I'm going to drop. I want you to share. I want you to send me an email to SeeJeanty@gmail.com, and we're going to invite you onto the stream. I'm going to talk. We're supposed to end this live stream today at 12:30, but this is my show. I'll go another hour. I don't care. Let's see how many folks are interested in chatting today. So send an email to SeeJeanty. Oops. Nope. That's not the email. Darn it. That's not the email. Someone's going to get confused. SeeJeanty share, guys. SeeJeanty share is the email. There you go. SeeJeanty share. That's the email. Right. Okay. And in fact, I'm going to put a little banner here underneath here. We'll get some folks in here. Join the live. Email SeeJeanty share@gmail.com. Email with a question. The question you want to ask on there. Email with a question to SeeJeanty share. Boom. Let's scroll that bad boy on the boom. All right. Join the live. Email with a question. SeeJeanty share @gmail.com, right? I'm gonna take a quick break. I've been at this for 2 hours straight. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm closing the live on Instagram, by the way. Instagram, I'm closing it live. I want you guys to come over to the YouTube, because I can't really, you won't see what's happening otherwise, right? So come over to the YouTube channel, same thing, SeeJeanty. Come over to it. Let's talk. All right. Okay, guys. Peace. Close this bad boy out. Boom. Okay. Boom. All right. Close down the IG. And guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and play some music for real quick, and allow you guys to email your questions to me. We'll be right back. Give me about a minute, 2 minutes, and we'll be back. And folks will be on live. And whatever specific questions and comments you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. You know, this is one of the favorite elements of the show. I get to see you guys who watch me, get to meet you guys, you know, get to have conversations, right? So I'll be right back. Be right back. We're back. We're back. Again, go ahead, email that with your question, whatever question you may have. I'll respond with a link to get you into the live stream, right? Of course, the big rule, of course, is be respectful. That's what we're asking. Be respectful as a certain other YouTuber who does something. Be nice to me. I'll be nice to you. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? And keep it on Haiti, right? That's why I do want to, if you want to send your questions beforehand, right? Try to get maybe 2 or 3 folks here on the live stream, 2 or 3 folks here on the live stream just to talk to them and just have a conversation on air, right? Right. So feel free, come on. You ask your question on air, and we have a conversation. Right? So feel free. Don't be shy. Though I do prefer you to have your video on. You don't necessarily have to have a video on, I guess. Just come on in. Love to hear your voice, and we have a conversation directly. Don't be shy. Come on in. Come on. I got 63 people in the live. Lots of comments were flowing. But feel free. Come on in. In fact, while I wait for someone to come in, I'll just read a comment or two. More fortune to sell hibiscus tea. Tea is something we'll be looking into, certainly. The big difference in what we do at hybrid distribution, honestly, is at this point in time, we're not trying to necessarily go to the source of the farmer, right? Because it's a painful, risky, time-consuming, expensive process to build that network out initially. But if we can find producers who already have those relationships, already made those investments, right, and they have a network of farmers that are giving them the raw product for them to sell to, produce, then yeah, I don't have any particular, that's where we want to be right now, and we're supporting these producers to grow, to improve their capacity, and really we want to become their largest client, by a large degree, right? And that's really where we want to be. Though there will be products eventually that will make sense for us to get to that level. But really what we want to be is we want to be purchasers of those products and then resell, right? We got Remy Tifis in the house. Remy was in here. What's up, bro? What's up, brother? Thanks for responding and giving me that I was asking about the name of where the laboratory is, Titan. So thank you for that. I do see someone in the live. I don't see your camera on. I don't see your camera on. I don't see it. Just a big white screen. I don't know if it's an error or not, but let's try to bring you on and see if it works. It seems that it's loading. Max, I don't know if Max, if you can hear me, Max. Test. Can you hear me, Max? No? I guess not. All right. So Max, do figure that out on your side. And by the way, I'm not sure. I usually have my earpiece, my Bluetooth earpiece, and I guess in my rush to get to the office today, I didn't bring my little Bluetooth with me here to the office. I usually keep one around here, but I don't see it. So I may have to put on a headphone in case if there's feedback or anything. It might be stuff. I have to use my headphone actually. But we'll see. Hopefully the sound quality will be consistent for me. Right. So again, send that email, guys. SeeJeanty share@gmail.com. Send that email. I'll respond back with an invitation to get you on this live. Right. Let's keep going through the comments here. All right. Let's see. I think I answered some of those questions already about testing your product. Right. Some comments there. Yours truly, PL. What's up? Yours truly. Interesting comment. The bureaucracy can sometimes can't be reversed in one. Absolutely, you're absolutely right. But what I was saying was there's certain low hanging fruit that yes, it can. Like there's the phytosanitary process. When you ask them, where's your pain point? Why is it so expensive? They said, listen, because we're having to buy these tests from America. Okay, well, the government will step in and buy these tests for you, right? And now that cost is no longer on you. And now the expectation is you're going to lower your fee, right? Instead of $220 for 8 days, it's now going to be $25. That's it, right? Or something extremely reasonable per product rather than what he's charging now. And so again, that's what I'm saying. There's certain low-hanging fruit that can be changeable with a degree. Yes. Our laws passed by Parliament, but Lord knows, Lord knows when we're going to have that, right? Lord knows, right? In any case, Maestro Legro's in the house. What's up, Max? Happy to have you in the chat today, right? With that comment. I think Max was responding to something I was saying earlier. Not the Max I'm waiting on. This is Maestro Legros there. I good to have you in the chat, right? Let's keep going through the comments here and see, are you, Lisa asks, are you connecting with the powers that be about to be? I'm not sure what you mean there, Lisa. Am I connecting with the powers that be? I'm not following. You may have to re-ask that if you're still in the chat, still watching. Philly Dom's in the house. I'm seeing a comment from Philly Dom. What's up, Philly Dom? It was good to have Philly in the house. By the way, I was watching your recent episode where you were in Okop visiting a beach, out there, which is real cool. Always happy to see. You're back in Haiti. You're showing the real streets. The real streets, man. So happy to have Philly Dom and Philly. Please, drop your channel. I love for folks to follow you as well. Again, Philly Dom. Can't miss him. And full-time YouTuber, just showing us the real streets. I'm envious of what Philly's able to do. I'm gonna do that at some point. Just days, just walk around, So yeah, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing, Philly. Kathy Brooks. Let's see. Do these products then have to be tested by FDA, or are they good once they pass the test? Tita? Great question, right? So Kathy asks, do they have to be retested? And here's the thing. Yes. The FDA will, there's things you have to do. You have to declare the FDA, you have to register every person you purchase your product from their facilities have to be registered with the FDA, which is, it's a free process. It takes like 5-10 minutes. It's not difficult at all. Right. But yeah, your product will be held at customs. And it will be tested. It can be held at customs for weeks. As FDA, as this is what I haven't experienced this yet, but what I've been told is, yes, FDA can hold your product. If they don't, your product's in and out relatively quickly. But FDA can choose to hold your product, and if they do choose to hold your product, then that can take some time. And I'll be able to tell you, for guys, firsthand. It's only a matter of time for the FDA, tests my food products. It is food products, and they test it. And if it comes back, if the sample they grab doesn't pass, then guess what? You cannot get that product out of customs. They will destroy that product, or you can ship it back. And that's a whole bunch of money to ship it back. But most likely, you're going to say, hey, I guess I got to destroy it, right? And that's tough. Right. But it can happen. And FDA will randomly select the product, test it. And if it doesn't pass, it doesn't pass. Right. So no, it's not good. It's not that you may be thinking, oh, I can just show the FDA I tested. I did the phytosanitaire. I tested it. It's good. And they'll take it. No, it doesn't even matter to them. They'll retest it. Like, yeah, that's cute. You tested it. And that's what's hilarious. Right. Is that, there isn't some sort of compact. That's another low-hanging fruit, because other countries have relationships where if they test it in Mexico, FDA won't retest it, right? If the lab in Mexico tests food product and you show it to the FDA in America, the FDA goes, okay, go ahead, thanks. If food gets tested in Canada, same thing. Oh, yeah, FDA, they can elect to say, okay, that's fine, okay. They can still choose to test it. That's the right of FDA, but they can also just elect to accept the paperwork, right? But not in Haiti. Not Haiti, look at your paper like, I don't read French. Right? And that right there is a simple low-hanging fruit. You as a diplomat, because America is always wanting stuff. They want you to vote this way against Venezuela. They want you to vote this way against, for Israel. They want you to vote this way against Iran, right? That's what Haiti represents for America. It's a pawn. It's just one more pawn. America says, hey, we need you to go to OAS and vote this way. We need you to go to OEA, vote this way, right? And America says, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where do you want me to? How high do you want me to jump, sir? 10 feet. America says jump, and Haiti goes. The Haitian government says, yeah, 10 feet. You sure you don't want me to jump 15 feet for you, sir? This is the state we're in, right? Where real low-hanging fruit would say, yeah, sure, listen. Yeah, listen. As an adult, you come to the table and say, yeah, listen. You guys want Venezuela, right? Okay. All right. Well, guess what? My exporters are having a real tough time, man. Getting our product out. Right? And it will be real cool if you could bring your FDA in and listen, you tell us. Basically set up a FDA facility in our country. So that when it gets tested, it's per your standards, man. Now listen, in fact, there won't be a single product that leaves our country that doesn't get tested to the exact specifications that you want. But we want an easier job of our products leaving. I think that's a fair trade, right? You want Venezuela? We want an easier experience accessing your market, just like you have an easy experience accessing our market. I think it's only fair, right? That's a big boy conversation. That's a quid pro quo. That's playing geopolitics the right way. That's not a big ask, right? I'm not going on TV saying America is the devil. I'm not going on TV inviting a Russian ambassador into our country, right? A clear enemy of America. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just saying, listen, I'm cool. I can vote against Venezuela. But listen, here's what my business community needs. Here's what my job creators need. Here's what the group of people who can change my country around, my exporters, my job creators, here's what they need. We want the FDA to plug in into our country, plug in and make sure we have an easier experience coming into your country. We don't have that. That's a problem. That's a problem, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. Big problem. All right. So thanks for that, Kathy. Great question. Great question. Appreciate it. Right. Appreciate it. Yeah. So let's see what else we got here. Right. And again, I'm still waiting for, I did see a few emails come in here with some really great quality questions here. I'm still waiting I've responded. If you've sent an email to me, refresh your page, right? Refresh your page and you'll see that I've responded to you, right? Right. Some really good questions in here, by the way. Okay. All right, no problem. And I do see some folks just sending me some specific questions, not to be on live. That's cool. That's fine. I'll respond back to you after the live. No problem. If you want to send just a question in general to be answered directly off here, that's cool. No problem. No problem. Where was I? Okay, let me scroll down some more. Still waiting. I'm not in the live without at least getting one of you guys on here. To have at least one person on the live to have a conversation with. So just waiting on someone to come on the live. I see Max keeps trying to get in here, but it doesn't seem as if your stream is working, brother. Let me see something. Nope. I don't know what's going on with you there. So keep trying. Maybe you'll figure that out. Let's see. Let's see. And guys says charity should be only a short-term effort. Economic empowerment should always be long. That's right. That's right. And then we have IT. Come on, are you talking to me? Listen, listen. I ain't going after. I ain't coming after every people. Like, I know there's people really out here. Like, listen, I know of charities that are doing a really good job. And by the way, Lawrence, I see you. I see you in here. I'm gonna pull you in just a minute. Just give me 1 minute, Lawrence. Lawrence is in my lobby. I'll pull you in just a minute. Um, I know a lot of folks who are doing charity the right way, meaning they're not flying volunteers in, right? They're buying local for everything the charity may need. They're buying local. You know, Even those who may be doing backpacks, instead of bringing backpacks in, they find a backpack maker and they're buying it from them. There's charity being done right, and that's fine, right? And that hats off to you if you're a charity and you're doing stuff the right way. I'm not throwing shade at you. I'm throwing shade at the charities who aren't. And even you who's doing charity the right way, you know what I'm talking about. You know that the vast majority of charities are doing it the wrong way, right? They're doing it in the way I just chime people. I say, they're doing it for the show, for the pomp, for the, for everything else, all the wrong reasons, right? And all the wrong ways, right? And so if you are a charity, you're doing it the right way, doing it in a sustainable way where you're sourcing locally for every single possible thing you could try to do for your charity to source local, and you're doing that. Listen, respect. You aren't the enemy. But there's too many charities that are. They could give a goddamn about the economics of the country. They're just about the feel good, rah rah rah. Look, I'm awesome, I'm great, right? We're not here for them, right? And that's who I have absolute disdain for, right? But nonetheless, if you're a charity, right? If you're a charity, and 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 you are doing it the right way, hats off to you. Keep pushing. But again, the point of what I was saying was, really, we cumulatively have to move away from a charity mindset. We have a charity first mindset, right? And it can't sustain that way. We have to move away from a charity first mindset to a business first mindset. Okay. All right, Lawrence, let me get you in here. Lawrence, you ready? Give me a thumbs up. You ready? All right. Lawrence Joseph, what's up, bro?
Hey man, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Hopefully I'm not echoing. If I'm echoing, please let me know on your side, or the people in the comments, let me know. For someone doing without an earpiece, it causes echoes sometimes. But
Oh yeah, no.
Jordan, you asked a really interesting question. Please ask it again so people can hear it in your own words.
Yeah, so it was a two-part question. First thing, I've been following you for a while. I'm in the WhatsApp group, so I'm kind of seeing all the activity happen. And I'm somebody that, even though I was born in America, both my parents are from Haiti, but I've always had this this aspiration, like when I visited Haiti when I was 15, to just, I'm an entrepreneur now. Like, part of my vision is to one day go back and be able to have real, impact on the economic side. So everything you're saying is accurate. I feel like the economic piece is really going to be the driving force for us in our generation to kind of spearhead some of those changes in Haiti, even if we weren't born there. If it means that much to you, you talk about your parents, they don't owe you anything for just bringing you here. Like, I feel the same, that my parents were able to actually get here, me being born here, first generation, and now, just kind of striving for giving back in a way, but in a way that brings business and economics to help people get out of their own situation. So, two-part question: since you're on the ground floor, you've been there for the last 5.5 years, as you mentioned. Is there like a business hub, a business center, or some type of like, you know, area in Haiti that kind of is driving this type of economic push? That's the first question. And second question is, are there enough, English speaking Haitians, if there wasn't an initiative to bring over like third party customer service, like outsourcing call centers in Haiti? I have a good friend who does this in India. Business is booming. I mean, he's literally changed a community because they've been able to hire these people, put them in a building, train them, and now they're able to kind of grow and, almost create their own middle class. So just kind of want to get your opinion around that.
No problem. In fact, I'll go one step further, actually. And let's see, where is it? Where's my playlist? Here we go. Hit the spotlight. And there we go, right there. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna drop this link real quick. Right there. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. For that second question, absolutely. In fact, I did a video with Muhammad, Tariq Muhammad, in Africa. I want to ask the second question first, and I'll go to the first question.
Okay.
Tariq Muhammad, he's African American, not even Haitian. The dude doesn't speak. He doesn't speak. He says "sac parcer." You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's in Haiti right now, and he's expanding his business. He's at like last I checked, he recently got a new contract. He was at somewhere pushing 30, 40, somewhere maybe 60 Haitians that he's in the process of hiring, right? Haitian, sorry, African American. No, you know, he's happily married to a Haitian, but Nation of Islam, he doesn't get more African American than my Tariq, my brother, and he's doing it. He's doing a call center, and there isn't a lack of Haitians. In fact, Haitians speak some of the best English in the outsourcing world because we don't have, and I don't know what it is, but we don't have an accent like the Philippines do, the Filipinos do. We don't have an accent like the Indians do.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have an accent like the Asians do. We have an accent like when we speak, like, we speak with a clean, clear English. Even the Jamaicans, they don't speak in English as good as ours, right? As the way we speak it. And yes, there's a lot. Listen, I was in outsourcing for a good clip. Like my second business I started in Haiti, and I've only recently started to pull all my resources into hybrid distribution and pulling away from that line of business. It has been outsourcing. I can tell you, I never had an issue hiring call center agents. Never had an issue. Like usually what I would do is, the trick is, and here's the pro tip. Pro tip is, when you do a job post, you put a job post for translators. You just say, hey, we're hiring translators, because there's more of a history in that than call center. Because there's not, there's some, but there isn't this ecosystem of call center agents. But there is an ecosystem of translators because of the NGOs, because of the UN occupation, because of so there's always been a layer, a very large job class for those who could translate, meaning speak English well, and let the work with Americans or whoever, and then back and forth between Haitians. And so yes, there's places you can go for that. I know that the Caribbean English School that does a really good job. They do a live stream with some of their students every week. I've had the opportunity to watch, speak excellent English. So I maybe reach out to Caribbean. I type that in, Caribbean English School, reach out to that school and see if maybe there's some candidates you can hire directly from that school. But the short of it is, there's people doing it. It's an incredible opportunity. It's not necessarily easy. You have to, quite unfortunately, you have to do it in Port-au-Prince, because the internet anywhere else in the country just isn't consistent enough, and there's not enough options, because you want 2 or 3 companies in your facility giving you high speed internet, because if one goes down, you can switch to the other quickly. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble, right? But beyond that, listen, Tesla's coming out with Starlink pretty soon. Is it Starlink? Is it Star? Am I saying it right? Starlink? Yeah, I think it's Starlink. It's called the Starlink until somebody corrects me. Where anywhere in the world, you can just point a satellite up, and now you have gigabyte speed of internet. And when that happens, it's a game changer. I mean, that means you can do call centers in Jacmel and Okai and Port-au-Prince, wherever you'll be able to do internet businesses like call center work. And that's gonna be a game changer for the Haitian economy if the right Haitians get into it. Right. For example, someone like yourself. I mean, where's your family from? Like, are they from Port-au-Prince or are they from somewhere else?
They're from Port-au-Prince.
Port-au-Prince. See what I mean? So that would be great. You can go back to your ancestral home, build a business there, and hire some Haitians. to, and now you're decentralizing Haiti, Haiti, because everything's Port-au-Prince.
Right.
It's terrible. You
Right.
know, that's going to be a game changer for Haiti. You know, serious game changer.
Because that's one of the things that, you know, if you look at some of the major U.S. corporations, I mean, a big part of their customer service and their support and their technical support, all that stuff is overseas, you know, for years.
Yeah.
Last 40, 50 years. That's kind of been how they've been able to, you know, accelerate and grow, because, you know, they're not having to spend, you know, American wages on, you know, on that type of work. And, but it does, you know, if you grow it right, it does allow that local economy to build up middle class. I feel like right now, you know, I'm still learning a lot, you know, by watching you and just, you know, tapping in with some of the people who are on the ground floor and just sharing different things. I realized that it seems like in Haiti, there's a, you know, like a high class and there's poverty. Like there's no real middle class. And if you look at any striving economy, there's always a middle class. And I feel like these type of opportunities and jobs could start to, you know, bridge that gap to build a middle.
Absolutely. And so I think, to answer your question, yes. So if you're looking to think doing that business, I can tell you firsthand, like I put a post out, I'll get, for every one opening I have, I get somewhere upwards around 15 to 20 applicants. And when I call them, I test them, at least 70% speak an English that I would accept. I mean, they speak, you know, but you want something that's unaccented, as little as possible. And about 80% of that is unaccented. So you'll have options, man. Don't worry. And I think everyone understands now in Haiti, especially the young youth looking for work. They understand, listen, the reality is Creole is going to get them work. Reality is French definitely isn't going to get them work. Right? English is the only real chance folks have. Folks understand, if there's a chance for work and well-paying work, they got to speak English and got to speak it well, right? And so, because Haitians in the country understand that, they speak that, right? In addition, there's, you know, because of our relationship with Dominican Republic, so many Haitians go there for school and stuff. You'd be surprised, like, how many folks speak Spanish too, because that's a big thing. You know about America, the next big language is Spanish, and there's a lot of big demand for Spanish speakers. You'll be surprised how many folks you get who can speak good, clean Spanish here in the country too. So I think, again, you try it out, you'll be pleasantly surprised. So that's your second question. The first question has to do with a hub. Are there any hubs, right? Any hubs that you're aware of? So CFI is supposed to be that. It's supposed to be a place where the CFI is the Centre pour Facilitation pour Investment, something like that. CFI, the Center of Facilitation of Investment, CFI. So if you put CFI Haiti, you'll go to them. And they're supposed to be that. They were created to be just that. And I don't blame them so much that they haven't been able to fulfill their mission. And the government really has not done a good job in supporting them, in providing them funds, allowing the ideas that they have to be executed. I know for a while, for example, CFI had this off-the-shelf SAs, like literally SAs in corporations that were ready, like they already registered, and all you had to do was buy it for the same price of registering, $3,000, and then literally within like a month, like they would rework, because there's some things you got to do, bylaws and change the owner and register. They would literally hand walk it from every particular bureau, that is involved, walk it and get it, done like that. And that was just like a massive game changer to helping, launch businesses. But at some point, the government, the people who are making money off the corrupt system currently, the way it is right now, started giving some pushback. We didn't have an administration that really said, no, screw your corruption. This needs to be done the right way to help the economy as a whole. That didn't happen. And that died, and CFI wasn't able to continue to do that. And beyond that, CFI just has not. I mean, I'll give you another example. I went to them once looking for lawyers, lawyer recommendations. And listen, they gave me a spreadsheet that was obviously years old. And half of the numbers on there weren't even in service. They weren't even functioning.
Right.
And so how are you giving out information where you're not verifying? You're not going through and every week calling that number to make sure, this person really still is here. And if they're not following up, say, what's your new number? because we want to give out incorrect or out of date information.
Right.
Hello, that's a personal experience right there, right? And just going in there, I didn't feel like an excitement. I didn't feel like, like you come, you talking to me, you feel my energy, right? Like, let's go, man. Haiti business, let's do this thing. Let's rip it, roar it, make it happen, make it do what it do. Like, you feel my energy. I'm ready for it. I'm about it. But you go in there, it's like a reverse energy. It's like, it's hard to explain. It's not they're not discouraging you, but it's like,
library set.
Where's the soul, man? Like, where's the? I feel bad for them in a way. It's like, man, what's going on in here? Who's hurting y'all?
I mean, with that, do you think
twice if you need help?
With that, do you think there's enough of a foundation there? Like, if there was some new blood or some new, lifeline to kind of inject some life into it, there's enough of a foundation there for it?
It has to come from the top, because it's a government, or is a government entity, and government entities can only change from the top. That's just the nature of bureaucracy, right?
Yeah,
can only change from the top, and let's see, I'll read something here. Okay, and and so I don't know if you even got a new director. What's funny? I've expressed this, private. Like, if there was ever a government entity that I would accept, because I don't want to ever be involved in politics. It's just not the game I want to play until we get the right leader and the right change in our culture. Our culture needs to change. Folks are always talking about, oh, Chris, we need to, if you were president, no, I don't want nothing to do with until our culture changes.
Yeah,
right? And that to allow a good president to function, right?
Right.
But if the right set of circumstances came around, right president, our culture finally started to do what it needed to do internally, right? And even externally. The only one I would maybe accept would be a CFI.
Gotcha.
Right? Because that's what it's supposed to be there. It's supposed to be there as a conduit, as a facilitator. Anyone who contacts them, they should have their hand held until their business is in operation. And even when it's after, monthly checkups. How's everything going? You good?
Mm-hmm. Right.
What's happening? I'll give you an example, Lawrence. Check this out. Here's an example. Example is real clear. So there's a candle. I don't know if I gave the story out already on the live, but if I haven't, bear with me, right? So there was this massive investment that happened in Dominican Republic, in San Domingo, the center, the capital. Haitians did it. Haitians invested in a candle factory in their capital, right?
Mm-hmm.
And $1 million. Everything was done, complete, and now they're having issues finding customers. Right, the investment but they couldn't find. Maybe they had one or two, but they didn't have the customers they thought they were going to find. Right, for whatever reason. And they went to the government, the Minister of Commerce over there, and said, "Listen, man, we're struggling. There's a chance we may have to close our doors. Like, how can you? Is there any way how can you help us? Is there anything you can do?" Now, you try to do that in Haiti, that's laughable. They look at you like, what?
Right.
I don't know. But in Dominican Republic, you know what they did? Like, I was like, whoa, what's happening? You invested how much? Nah, we're not. You can't fail. You're too important of an example for us. We need your company. We need what you're doing to happen to be successful, to serve as an example, so we can get other investors like you into our country to create jobs, to grow our economy. Here's what we're gonna do. First off, I want to know your payroll. They can say, what? I want to know your payroll. We're going to cover your payroll for 6 months. And if you ever run a business anywhere, payroll is your biggest expense. Your payroll can easily be 70, 60% of your entire budget sheet, right? Sometimes 90%. They said, we'll take care of your payroll for 6 months. Wow.
Yeah.
We're not done. With our Minister of Industry, we're going to go to these trade shows with you. We're going to help you with the boot. We're going to go to these trade shows with you until you find somebody. And Mastro corrected me. Thank you, sir. 70 million USD, FYI.
Oh wow.
70, not a change.
Right.
Okay. And they said we're going to go with you to these trade shows until you find somebody. Right. But the third trade show, they landed Walmart. Now they're good.
Yeah.
They're good. Believe me. They don't need, and then the government was able to, step back and now a massive job generator for their city, for their involvement. Thousands of jobs are being generated now. Why couldn't that have been in Haiti?
Yeah.
Why couldn't Haitians invest in their country? Why couldn't that be? Right. And of course, some narratives say, well, the people involved. There's one particular flagship person involved in this project. Like, see, this is proof. They don't care about our country. This is proof. I don't want to say their names. I don't want to get into the politics of it. Right. But the reality is, I've had the opportunity to sit with a lot of these gun eggs. I've had the big gun eggs and the mini gun eggs, the gun eggs that aren't big enough to have the focus of hate, right?
Yeah.
And quite frankly, Lawrence, here's what I'm hearing. And maybe they're lying to me. That's possible. You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing, listen, Chris, I'm a businessman. I'm not going to invest my millions in a country that there's no protection.
Right.
Like, I can't. How can I? Buying something over there and reselling it, if I lose a shipment, that's annoying, but I'm not invested millions of dollars. I just told you they had to invest 70 million over there. Imagine if you invest 70 million in Haiti, the way it is right now today, and then pay lock happens, right? And you have no protection. The police aren't able to do what they need to do physically. And worst of all, you don't have a legal environment.
Right.
I just spent the live telling you guys it's taking me 10 months. I can't get my essay out, right? The legal protections aren't there either, right? Listen, I'm not. Listen, I love Haiti. A group of investors give me millions of dollars to invest in Haiti. I'm going to be real careful how I invest it.
Right.
I'm not saying I won't do it.
Yeah.
I got to be real. Like the what I would potentially want to do, I would have to change it in a way so much so the amount of jobs that I could have created maybe 100. It's probably going to create 60 or 50, half of what I could potentially create, because I have to structure it in a way to protect my investors.
Right.
Somebody gave me their hard-earned money to advance. I'm not going to put their money at risk, and I wouldn't put my money at risk, right? And so that's to get back on subject fully. The CFI should be that. The CFI, you should have an issue and go to the CFI and say, yo, listen, man, I just invested $7 million. I'm struggling. And the CFI would go, what? Hold on. I'm going to call the Prime Minister. We're going to get to the Minister of Economics and Finance. We're going to see if we can get a budget line in there. We're going to see if we can cover your payroll. I'm not saying 6 months, 3 months. So you cover half of your payroll for 6 months. You see that? And then also we're going to get Minister of Tourism. We're going to get the Minister of Commerce. We're going to do some trade shows with you. That doesn't cost anything but a plane ticket and a hotel. We're going to get you out there, and we're going to make it do what it do. And we got you. You can't fail. You're not going to fail. You're too important. That is the CFI I want to lead. That's the CFI when we have the right leadership and the right culture in place. That's how CFI should be run. But to answer your question right now, Lawrence, listen, try CFI for yourself. They're there. You can email them. They respond after a day or two. Next time if you're in Haiti, you're in Port-au-Prince, they're right down the street from the Marriott. Their office. They're right down the street. You can almost walk from the Marriott to their office. It's really close. Okay. Walk in there, ask them whatever questions you have. Maybe you have a different experience. My experience was maybe 3-4 years ago. Go to the CFI, ask them, see what you get. And when you do, email me, tell me about your experience. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you'll tell me, hey, Chris, I had a different experience. They're a whole different organization now. They're doing things the right way. I want to be proven wrong, because I really would love to reference them going forward, because they really should be that. But alternatively, I would recommend you to go to other places. For example, maybe go to Bunge, BANJ, run by Mark Alain Bosico. Listen, he's doing some great work with youth in the business environment out there. He's doing some really interesting stuff, really good stuff. I'd recommend reach out to him, see his organization anyways, and whatever you're trying to do. They're good facilitators. Mm-hmm. I've heard a lot of good things about people who reach out to them. They can help facilitate different things, plug into other young folks who are doing different work. Also, Impact Hub run by Pierre Stanley Baptiste. Impact Hub. It's another center of business for young native Haitians that are doing great work. Also facilitators in terms of what they can do in-house. They're not necessarily going to help you with government processes, but in-house they have a lot of resources. You could even go to their facility, work out of their facility, you know, for a few bucks, have good internet, stuff like that, and or have people who you want to work with work out of there, right? And so there's different things they can do. So I'd recommend going those places. And beyond that, of course, you know, keep following me. You know, I got the book out. I got the book out, 100 Ways to Make Money in Haiti. A lot of different concepts covered in that book, and you know, I'm glad you're already part of the WhatsApp channel. You know, that's a great resource there to help, you know, with questions and things as they come up. You know, the group's there to help out in however way they can.
Yeah.
But beyond that, there isn't much else, you know, official, you know, beyond that.
Yeah, no, that's a good
questions
start.
there.
Yeah, definitely a good start. I definitely appreciate, you know, keep doing what you're doing for sure. Yeah, we'll definitely be in touch, man. You know, I see your vision, I see your heart, you know, I sense it, you know, I feel the energy. So, you know, it gets somebody like me very excited who, you know, who hasn't really experienced a lot in Haiti. You know, I only been there once, and, you know, for like 2 weeks, and that was a long time ago. But that trip had a lasting impact on me, and, you know, and I see kind of what you're doing. So it definitely keeps me going to not lose sight of that vision for myself.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Lawrence. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming on the live. Appreciate you. Keep pushing. You know, Haiti, at the end of the day, you know, we're Haiti's only chance. So let's not lose hope, spirit. Let's keep pushing. You know, I believe Haiti has a you know, a multiverse version of itself,
right,
where it's not where it is right now. And God damn it, we need to keep pushing to get it to that place in reality.
Absolutely.
All right, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Peace out, man. Have a good Sunday. Peace. All right, guys. Yeah, that was Lawrence. I appreciate Lawrence there. And listen, guys, we just, you know, we gotta keep at it, you know, and ask those questions and see what the path forward is, and that's the only way. That's the only way, right? Let me bring someone else here on the live. We got Max. Max, you ready? Thumbs up. You ready? Can you hear me? Thumbs up, Max. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Nope. Maybe you can't hear me. Thumbs up. Max talking to you. Nope, I don't think Max can hear me. I can't bring him on stage if you can't hear me. So once I get a thumbs up for you, Max, I'll bring you up. I'll bring you on stage. Okay, there you go. Finally, thumbs up. All right, Max, how are you doing, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There's a little lag there, I think.
Yeah, I can hear you, dude. Yeah, I can hear you.
Some lag. Okay, so I know there's some lag probably. So when you do hear this, it's like a minute delay here. Ask your question, Max. Feel free to ask your question, and I'll respond.
I'm doing good, Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Max. Doing good.
Can you hear me? I think there might be a delay between us. It's a little slow on my end. Yeah, there's a pretty big lag, I think. All right, for sure. Like a lot of the talk has been about like exporting products from Haiti. And I see why that's important to like grow the wealth of the country by bringing in the foreign money. But Haiti has one of the problems in Haiti is like they import a large amount of the food, like 50% of the food or something like that's imported. So how does that like go together with exporting with also increasing the self sufficiency of Haiti and being less reliant on outside imports?
All right. Great question, Max. I appreciate that. And that is an onion type question. It's an onion type question because there's layers to that problem, right? There's the layer of U.S. policy, right? There's a layer of, when I say U.S. policy, you have the United States pumping subsidies into its farmers, right? Dumping millions of dollars of subsidies that allows the price of these the farmers not to have these costs and lower their prices well below what it would be, right? And puts them in a footing internationally that countries like Haiti, Haiti is unique in this situation, but countries like Haiti in a situation where they can't compete. They can't compete, right? So that's one layer. And then you have a second layer, which we already know what Bill Clinton did. Bill Clinton and how he structured a tariff importation structure that allowed American rice to be much cheaper than Haitian rice, right? To relieve Haitians of the burden of doing their own food. What kind of crap? In what universe was that? It was like this. If it's not good for your country, why would it be good for our country, right? If it wouldn't be good for America to not produce their food, why in the world wouldn't it have been good for another country? But somehow they convinced themselves that that was the right way to do it. And Bill Clinton effectively destroyed our rice industry. And our rice industry still has not been able to recover. It's not, it's nowhere near. That's one layer. The other layer, of course, is just what I mentioned. It's very hard. Again, we want to vilify our bourgeoisie, and some of them should be vilified, right? But the reality is there is no business person who understands what's needed for their business to be successful, who would put a massive amount of investment without government protections. I'm sorry, guys, the reality in doing business, especially at the level of impact, industrial level of impact, without government, protections. And when I say protection, I'm not saying the government, Haiti needs to be a police state and No. It's simple as incentivizing action. I'll give you an example. In the way our tax code is structured in America, you probably, if you guys know that an entrepreneur pays less money than an employee. A person getting paid on a 1099 gets taxed less than the person who's getting paid on a W-4. Why? Because the U.S. government incentivizes and protects entrepreneurs in their legal structure because they understand it's entrepreneurship and job creation that gives America its strength and gives any country its strength. In Haiti, we don't have a similar structure of incentives and protections to have folks do what we want them to do. Because in America, in every country, it's a carrot and egg, right? It's a carrot and stick, right? Where we incentivize them to do what we want, and then we say, hey, if you don't do it, there's other penalties involved, right? Haiti doesn't have that. Haiti doesn't have that understanding that we need to structure our legal and business, our legal environment in a way that really incentivizes and protects people to go into particular industries. I think that's another layer, right? And of course, then you have layers as relates to just the fact that land rights are so difficult, right? To listen, I have a video out right now where I have a video out. I just bought land in Haiti. I have a video where I talked about my experience buying land and how, even though I know I bought my land from the right owners, who were multi-generational owners of that land, I still had people come up on my land when we started constructing our wall and said, this is our land. And the owners had to pay. They couldn't go to court because going to court, between the time and the hassle and the inefficiency and the corruption, they're just better off paying them. And they pay them somewhere around $10, about $500, I think, just about, twice. And then another week, someone else came and same nonsense and they had to pay this other person off, right? And so when you have issues of land rights, right, and the fact that the vast amount of our agriculture is controlled by paysans, i.e. peasants, right? Folks who haven't got formal education in their process. They have a native herbalistic medieval, there's a better word, very basic. They I don't want to take away from what they know because they know enough to, what their grandfathers taught, but they don't know necessarily the processes today that could help escalate and accelerate their processes, right? They're not in that, a lot of them, and worst of all, so knowledge is one thing. A lot of them don't have the capital to get, the tools, to get the sort of fertilizer, to get even if you were to say, okay, what they know, Chris, don't be disrespectful. They know what they know what they're doing. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, cool. I'll push it. I'll let you have that. But the issue is they don't have the materials. A lot of them, the vast majority, don't have the materials between fertilizer, between seeds, between just so much they don't have access to, because there isn't the supply, there's a better term for that. The supply chain is a better word for that, but the supply chain isn't there to accommodate that, right? Between the lack of credit, between the lack of material, right? And so when you put all these pieces together, right, you get the situation where we are not producing enough locally, and we're importing a lot more of what we need, right? And so there isn't a one simple one-liner solution, right? What I can tell you is a part of it, because a lot of times there's this idea where, well, Chris, what do you mean we're going to export? We're not even producing enough locally. What do you mean? But here's the thing. One thing that can encourage the production locally of food is when you plug into the international demand for food, right? Because we just experienced, between hurricanes, earthquakes, and political shocks, we've experienced massive calamities in Haiti, and between the gangs fighting in Matissa and basically shutting off the entire pipeline of the South, right? You've experienced, massive epidemic. They talk about COVID. COVID is another one that have stopped the supply, the movement, the process, right, of agriculture to many parts of the country, right? It's a problem. It's a problem. But when you plug into the international demand market, right, you're not so restricted anymore to what's happening locally, right? Instead, okay, you can't sell locally. You can't sell. Okay, I can't go to Port-au-Prince with it. Cool, fine. Jeremy has a port that can potentially ship out to the world. We're gonna just sell to sellers in Jeremy, and they'll sell out. Now we still make, our money. Okai also should be an exporting port, right? But it's not. It could have been, right? But you give alternative places they can sell and ensure that their harvest isn't lost, because that's so incredibly devastating for farmers in our country. Is that for so many reasons they will lose their harvest, and there isn't the economic guarantee they'll be able to sell their harvest, because of that's just been the history of Haiti, and we just haven't had. We just, in every other place in the world, they're part of an international demand market, and we're not a part of that, right? And so, first off, I think anyone who's been in agriculture know, first off, listen, there's more than enough demand locally. A lot of folks don't even need to export. Plambanan and Mayoc and Patat, on and on and on. They all sell, and they sell very well domestically, right? But what I'm saying is, exporting doesn't hurt. It encourages and reinforces the ecosystem of agricultural production, right? So I think finally the part of your question is, okay, Chris, what's the solution? Whew, man, I think I don't like solutions that everyone can't be a part of, right? And I mean everyone. And quite frankly, the one thing we all can do is buy Haitian, buy made in Haiti, right? It's simple. It does, everyone can do it and inconvenience yourselves, right? But buy Haiti, right? Now, there's other parts of this, that, solution, investing, for example, if you own land in Haiti, if you're Haitian American, you own land in Haiti, please take care of yourself first. Go to my boy Lawrence Gonzalez, the neighborhood finance guy. Get your credit up, buy a home, become financially stable in your country, right? You can't, this economic war we're in, you can't help the guy next to you unless you're good, unless you've pulled, like you're in an airplane, when your airplane's falling, you don't help the person next to you. They tell you what, put your mask on first, then help the next guy, right? So help yourself first by becoming economically solvent in your country where you are. And then if you have land in Haiti, please invest in that land. Work with a cousin and visit and see how you can start to, like, for example, in Paya, my dad's land, I did an episode on. We're growing a farm. We got pigs now. We got cows now. Like, what else? We got chickens. What else we got? We got goats. Now, my dad, we were growing. Me and my dad, we're going to a legit animal farm out there now, right? It doesn't cost much. $100 here, $100 there. It doesn't cost much, but yet we're slowly growing and we're providing jobs. Already, my father already has hired 3 more people to help on his farm. And we're away. We're not even, and they're selling and they're sending us the money back. And so that's another relatively easy way if you're Haitian with land, to sort of plug in there and start helping with the agriculture aspect. So there's a lot of different ways to attack this thing, but again, I like to keep in the way that the maximum amount of people can participate in a real solution. And again, the solution is not activism. It's not politics. It's not, I want to be president so I can, no, bro. This is why we are where we are. We are where we are because everybody in the mind wants to be a politician and not be part of the economic solution to our country. And so, I think that's my best response. It's not probably not the response people would like to hear. They probably want to hear something more passionate, more crazy, because that's what sells. What sells is crazy ideas of, military coups and going to war. But listen, what has worked historically is what I just proposed, right? All right. So I hope I answered your question, Max. Do you have a follow-up or are you good? There's a bit of lag too, so I'll wait. Hope Max didn't freeze. I'll give him another couple seconds, guys. Okay, I guess Max froze. And feel free, Max, if you do get back on, just go ahead and just talk. if you do come back on.
I don't know if you can hear me, but my internet's really bad over here, so I can't even hear anything that's going on unless I go over to YouTube. So yeah, sorry, I don't really have too much of a follow-up. But good shit, man. Love the content. Thanks. Peace.
No problem, Max. All right, thanks for that question, Max. Appreciate it. So yeah, two great folks who came on. I know some folks were trying to get on, but they're having some technical issues on that. So Michael, I know Michael's having some issues trying to get on. Michael Maganen asks, would you cover the whole step from paper testing pickup of the product to get us to USA as? Yeah. Yes. So that's one thing, if you're a producer in Haiti and you want to get your product to America, yeah, absolutely. We will, when I say we will handle the process, because he said, would you cover the whole step? I mean, I don't know what do you mean by cover? If we would foot the cost, we're a business, right? But certainly we would facilitate and lay out what needs to be done, and we would make sure it gets done, and it gets done at a fraction of what everyone else is doing it at, because that is not our primary business line. Our primary business line isn't shipping product out; it's buying the product ourselves to resell in America. And so we just happen to also have the infrastructure to ship this product out, and so we'll subsidize what we do by allowing others to use our infrastructure, right? So, but yeah, Michael, absolutely. That's one of the things that I'm most proud about hyper distribution is that aspect. And the fact that we've already worked, every one of our producers that we're purchasing from, they didn't have the infrastructure initially to participate in selling in America. And we are now a big partner with them, not just buying their product, we're partners with them, right? And we help them get, FDA registered. We're helping them with labeling and a bunch of different things to make sure as we grow their product and grow our volume, we're truly every aspect of being FDA compliant we are, right? And so that's probably honestly one of the things I love most about this business I'm a part of right now is that the impact I know I'm doing. It's never been about just being rich. It's never been about making money. It's been about impact. And it's cool that I see a way forward for both. I see I can make my money and I can be impactful. God bless. Capitalism done the right way. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's thanks, Michael, for asking that. It's unfortunate you couldn't get on. You got a real interesting comment earlier about your experience I would have liked to hear, but hold on, maybe next stream you can get on and express that. But in any case, I'm gonna stop there. I went an hour over what I was supposed to, but it's all good. When you're having these sort of conversations, it's a blast. It's fun. Time passes by. That's when you're doing what you love. You're doing what you like. Time isn't a thing. You're looking at the time and you're like, oh my God, it's time. No, all of a sudden you look at the time like, oh crap, it's 10 p.m. at night and I didn't even eat because I've been so engaged in my stuff. And that's what I challenge you guys. I challenge everyone watching this. Listen, if you don't have that feeling, man, if you don't know that you wake up, and what you're gonna do is impacting the right way, right? Work towards getting there. I'm not saying just quit your job and go do it, but at least be able to know, okay, well, I'm gonna put in my time. I'm gonna pay off my debt. I'm gonna do what I need to do so I can live the life I need to do. Because at the end of the day, I did that. Like people don't know this. Like, before I moved to Haiti, I knew I was going to move to Haiti. But guess what I did? I spent almost 2 years. I was somewhere around $90,000 in debt between student loans, between my car, right? $90,000 in debt. You know what I did? I worked Uber. I had my 9-to-5, really nice paying job, right? I was at Carnival Cruise Lines doing their analytics stuff. It was a real nice paying job. But you know what I did on top of that? After I get off at 5 p.m., I work Uber from 5 to midnight. Work Uber. On the weekends, I would do Instacart. I would deliver groceries to people, right? I also had picked up another gig, so to speak, being an adjunct professor, right? Teaching economics. Right. And that was cool. That was fun. A little more prestigious than other hustles I had, but still it didn't pay much. Low key, I made more money driving Uber than teaching economics, in the community college chain, out here. I want to shout out which company, but that paid so little. But I made more money in Uber than being a adjunct professor in economics, quite frankly. Right. And I'll go even further to understand like what you guys need to do to live the life you deserve to live. I had a 2-bedroom apartment. Okay. And I rented out the other room. Right. But when I realized that, man, I'm never here. Like, man, between working my 9-to-5 and then working 5 to midnight doing Uber, or whatever thing I was working on, at the time, I was never home, but I was paying half the rent. You know what I said? I said, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I went on Craigslist and I posted my own room. So literally in my own 2-bedroom apartment, I was sleeping on my own sofa. 2 random strangers were sleeping in bedrooms in my apartment, in the lease in my name. I was sleeping on my couch because it didn't make sense for me to pay rent at a time where every penny had to go towards debt, and I was never home in the first place except just to sleep, brush my teeth, and head out the door. But literally, my goal is in 2 years to be done. I worked $90,000 in debt in a year and a half. Zero. I'm school. I am student loan free. I'm gonna say it again. No, somebody's not hearing me back there. I am student loan free, and I left for Haiti without a debt. Nobody, no creditor could look in their roll call and see my name on their, owing them a penny. And now I'm impacting. A lot of folks say, Chris, oh man, Chris, you live in the life I want. You live in the life I want to live. So I usually I turn around and ask them, but are you willing to do the work I had to do? I'm gonna say it again. When you tell me, Chris, you're living the life I want to live, I ask you, are you willing to do the work I had to do to get here? I'm gonna leave that for you guys to stew on to the next live stream. Thank you, everyone. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you keep following follow the IG, Instagram, SeeJeanty. Join the WhatsApp group. We have incredible conversations going on there daily when I'm in there. Continue to share the videos, like the videos. Keep an eye on hyper distribution. You know, if you see a way you can buy product or assist us grow this business, reach out to us. You know, hey, by the way, I'm looking for more investors. we got a little pool of equity we can still give out. If you're interested, you let me know. And beyond that, guys, thank you for sticking around for just about 3 hours. I appreciate you. And as you know, we'll be back at it again. And we're back at it again. Peace.